Welcome to the fantasy audiobook, Naruto, Super System World Picking Attributes. Chapter 1. Look at my starburst. Shubai lay on the bed, playing with the dreamy Naruto just downloaded. Ah, dead. Cut. The attributes are not enough, or you can just rub your hands to death. Seeing that his screen became dim, Shubai also threw his phone aside. Boom. After collecting and throwing it out, it happened to overturn the drink beside the bed. But Shubai still charged for the phone, subconsciously reaching for the phone. ZZ. Along with a jitter, Shubai lost consciousness in a tingling. Hurry up, the wounded here need medical ninja. The new medical team hasn't arrived yet, my chakras are almost exhausted. It's noisy, what am I? Check the host's body, it's dying. Do you use automatic recovery? Just as Shubai's brain was all over, a mechanical sound suddenly sounded in his ears. Host, dying, recovery technique. What the hell is this written? Use recovery technique first, it hurts. At this time, Shubai almost came to a universe level 3 questions. However, due to physical pain, Shubai's curiosity was concealed. The restoration technique was successfully used. I successfully used my novice gift package and the pickup system was successfully bound. The system panel was generated, the basic attributes were generated. The host can refer to it. More than 10 minutes later, Shubai's body was completely recovered. At this time, the system is also finished talking. After opening his eyes, Shubai didn't care about the panel floating in front of him. Instead, he looked at the world full of gunpowder smoke and broken arms everywhere. I'm going, and I was electrocuted to this place. Looking at their clothes, this won't be the world of Naruto, right? Host, please check. Shubai didn't care about the system around him, stood up and walked outside the tent. Shubai, are you recovering? I said, your kid can't die. Just as Shubai walked out, a man with a riding wheel came to him and said with a happy face. My head. Suddenly, a feeling of pain came, and Shubai also squatted on the ground. A few seconds later, Shubai also understood the current situation. It is 131 years of the Warring States period, and he should have traveled through it. Now this body is called Uchiha Zubai, and this battle is the battle between the Uchiha clan and the Senju clan. At this time, Shubai also noticed the panel in front of him. Host, Shubai Uchiha Shubai. Age, 15. Pickup level, 1 the number of pickups per day, 3 times. Chakra, 100/140ths, evaluation of Ninja Academy not getting started. Physical skills, 10/12ths, evaluation of Ninja Academy not getting started. Master Ninjutsu, none. Blood succession boundary, right round eyes, not opened. Novice gift pack, already used. Pick up attributes today, 0/3. After reading his attributes, Shubai's face turned dark. How could my own existence in the ninja kindergarten be sent to such a battlefield? The most important thing is to pick up attributes. What is this? Shubai, why are you stunned? Since it's okay, come with me to kill the enemy. The man in front of him is Uchiha Luyan, Uchiha's best friend. No, I feel dizzy. Why don't you go first, I'll come later. Shubai refused directly. What a joke, running out with the attributes like this is just to deliver food. Other people of the tribe still have the Shilunion to use, but they didn't even open the Shilunion. Could it be that by relying on his poor physical skills and chakra to fight those monsters of the Thousand Hands clan? You can pick it up if you find a dense place with attributes. Do you want to check it? At this moment, the system prompt sounded again. View. In fact, this is not the first time the system has issued such a prompt, but Shubai has ignored it before. After seeing the map that appeared in front of him, Shubai was also a little speechless. This attribute gathering place is at the center of the war. Is this to let yourself pick up things, or to send them to death? Successfully viewed, go to by default. Just when Shubai was about to continue hiding in the infirmary, the voice of the system sounded again. Then Shubai lost control of his body and went straight to the battlefield. You kid, you say don't want it, but your body is honest. Shubai, wait for me. Uchiha Luyan said and followed directly. Hearing the words of Uchiha Luyan behind him, Shubai almost wanted to become the first sprayer of the universe. I can't control my body at all right now, otherwise, I must uninstall this system first. After others pass through, either the god of luck possesses the body, and the gods descend from the sky, or they have super strong strength and move in all directions. And myself, the first thing the system does is to drag myself to death. Soon, Shubai came to the battlefield. Arrive at the destination, deactivate the automatic mode. My XX system, your XX. You tempt me, what is this? Originally wanted to scold the system severely, but the scene in front of him instantly stunned Shubai. Right wheel I attribute +1. Chakra number +5. B-level ninjutsu the art of fire escape how fireball. B-level ninjutsu water escape water flow technique. Looking at the various things in front of him, Shubai no longer blames the system for forcibly bringing himself here. System, can these things be used after picking them up? At this time, Shubai slowly asked while looking at the panel with a smile on his face. Quote, I'm sorry, I shouldn't scold you. The system is the best for you, let me know quickly. Shubai said again. After being picked up, it can be used directly. The current pickup level is 1, and the number of pickups is 3 times a day. After hearing the system's words, Shubai's eyes lit up instantly. It turns out that picking up attributes is really picked up. Naruto world, I'm coming. Shubai also yelled from his back. Here is a Uchiha clan who is alone here, do him first. At this moment, Shubai's yelling did not arouse admiration, but 2 clan members of the Chinsho clan were attracted. Seeing the 2 men rushing forward, Shubai remembered that he was fighting now. Huo Dun, Dayan sings. The next moment, a powerful flame struck Shubai's side instantly. Thousands of hands are shameless, and the 2 of them joined forces to deal with my brother alone. The next moment, Uchiha and Luyan also appeared next to Shubai. What a big brother! Shubai was so touched that he was about to cry at this time. If Uchiha and Luyan hadn't come over, and he hadn't had time to open it, he would be given a title. This is. At this moment, Shubai saw a red thing appearing at his feet. Found B+ ninjutsu, Huo Dun Dayan sang, may I ask if the host picks it up? Wow, Kaka, pick it up. Congratulations to the host, get Huo Dun Dayan to sing. After obtaining this ninjutsu, Shubai also found that this ninjutsu appeared on his attribute panel. The most important thing is that this is a skill that belongs to oneself and can be released directly, without sealing, and without consuming chakras. Of course, this is a one-time use item. Ha ha ha, ha 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 ha, 2 scumbags of 1,000-handed race, eat my Huo Dun Dayan and sing. Shubai directly raised his hand, pointed at the 2,000-handed people, and shouted loudly. Seeing that Shubai didn't have Jayan, the 2 thought that this guy was just setting the flag. As a result, the next moment, a huge flame rushed in instantly. It was too late to sing in the face of the rush of great flames. In an instant, he jumped up like to the right. Huo Dun Dayan sings. Seeing the 2 jumped up, Uchiha Luyan behind him also ended with Jayan, releasing his great flames and singing. In this way, the existence of the middle-level ninja level of the 2,000-handed clan's superiors turned into corpses in a daze. After using Dayan song, Shubai found that the Dayan song on his panel had turned gray and then slowly disappeared. Sure enough, the skills picked up can be used once. However, this is already very buggy. If you save a little bit, save some skills, and throw them all out when you want to release, it is estimated that even the shadow level ones will be overshadowed by yourself. Yes, say, when did you learn Dayan to sing? At this time, Uchiha Luyan also hugged Shubai's shoulder and said with a happy face. Well, I just tried it, but it just happened to be released. Now, it doesn't seem to work anymore. Shubai also said slowly. Okay, let's not talk about it. Today's task is completed, we can go back. Hurry up, Uchiha Luyan also said slowly. As a non-combatant establishment, they only need to kill 1 enemy soldier every week. You know, they are not very talented, they are all 15 years old now, and they have not yet reached the level of Zongnan. Well, I see, I'll pick something up first. At this moment, a bunch of things appeared in front of Shubai. When Uchiha Luyan released Dayan to sing, he picked up this ninjutsu himself. And now, after the 2,000 armed people died, a pile of things appeared on the ground. System, can I pick up a handful of things at once? Shubai wiped the saliva from his mouth and asked slowly. No, you can only pick up one item at a time. The items you can choose now are Elementary Monster Force Technique, Elementary Bloodline of the Thousand Hands Clan 2, Ninja Pack 2, Water Dunge Water Flow Bullet. I choose Shui Dun Shui Lu Bullet and the Primary Bloodline of the Thousand Hands Clan. After Shubai picked up the items, he also went back with Uchiha Lu Yan. Although both of them are ninjas who have not yet reached Zongnin at the age of 15, Uchiha Lu Yan has now become Zongnin. Although they are 15 years old, they have considerable combat effectiveness. Therefore, Uchiha Lu Yan has always regarded Shubai as his younger brother. After returning to the camp, Shubai also returned to his room. System, check your own panel. The next moment, a virtual panel appeared in front of Shubai. Host, Shubai Uchiha Shubai. Age, 15. Pickup level, 1. Experience, 3 100ths. Chakra, 100 140ths. Evaluation of Ninja Academy not getting started. Physical skills, 10 12ths. Evaluation of Ninja Academy not getting started. Master Ninjutsu, none. Blood succession boundary. Right round eyes, not opened. Novice gift pack, already used. Pick up attributes today, 3/3. Warehouse, Water Escape Water Flow Bullet, the primary bloodline of the Thousand Hands clan. After seeing this, Shubai directly called out the blood of his Thousand Hands clan to use. After using it, Shubai found that his upper limit of physical skills had risen from 12 to 100. Unexpectedly, he was only a junior bloodline, and he almost raised his upper limit of decapitation technique. This is equivalent to the ability to improve one's decaploid technique. After using the primary bloodline, Shubai went to sleep directly. There are too many things encountered today, that is, Shubai, a very nervous guy, has no mental breakdown. If you change to be another person, I'm probably scared silly. The next day, Shubai found that the number of times he could pick up had once again become 3 times. In other words, you can pick up items 3 times today. Moreover, now that his 1-week mission is over, there is no need to go to the battlefield. Although there are a lot of powerful items there, Shubai doesn't dare to go at all now. A random ninjutsu there was not something Shubai could bear. Second brother, what did you tell us to do? At this moment, Uchiha Lu Yan and a fat guy walked in front of Shubai. Fat, brother, you are here. This time, it was Uchiha Lu Yan and Uchiha Natsumi. The 3 of them grew up in a yard, so they have always been brothers. Uchiha Natsumi is the smallest and the fattest. However, this kid is only 12 years old now. However, his strength has reached the point where he is particularly good at forbearance. However, Uchiha Natsumi will always look like a little brother in front of Shubai and Lu Yan. Shubai, what's the matter for you calling us here? Fatty originally was going to the conquest team today, so he asked for leave. Don't tell me, you just want us to come and play, right? Said directly. Okay, I'll just say it straight. Both of you are better than me. And I want to be stronger now. So, you teach me the most powerful ninjutsu you can now. Shubai is also said with a serious face. Puff, ha 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 ha. After hearing Shubai's words, the 2 directly laughed. What are you 2 laughing at? Shubai couldn't figure it out when the 2 laughed. Second brother, I am not talking about you. If you really want to become stronger, then what you have to do is to learn from the initial ninjutsu and start exercising. Instead of mastering 1 or 2 powerful ninjutsu, you can become stronger. Uchiha Natsumi also directly explained the reason for their laugh. I just want to see how strong you are, is it really so funny? Shubai said, lowering his head. Okay, don't be low, don't you? Let's show it to you, can't show it to you. Fire Escape Super Phoenix Immortal Fire Art. Fatty was the first to stand up, and then instantly released his ninjutsu. In this way, 3 days passed. Shubai's plan was also successful. Now there are 9 ninjutsu piles in his inventory. 3 Super Phoenix Fire techniques, 2 Fierce Fires extinguished, 4 Big Explosion techniques. The next day, Zubai, today is a new week. Can you go out and fight with me now? After 3 days passed, Shubai realized that the so-called week was the same as the world he was in. It's all from Monday to weekend. The last time they killed the Thousand Hands clan was on Thursday, and 3 days later, it was Monday. Therefore, these non-staff personnel have to face the task of the week again. Lu Yu, I think we can go to the battle with Fatty. You see, I have mastered several ninjutsu now, I really want to see what the battle looks like. Shu Bai looked forward to it. Said. Oh, unexpectedly, Shu Bai, you also want to contribute to the family. Why, are you not afraid of being killed? Uchiha Liu Yan also joked. You know, those who went to the battlefield had more casualties than their non-staff personnel. Although Uchiha Liu Yan was about to become a member of the combat team, he did not expect Shu Bai to also want to go to the battlefield. Because before Shu Bai was very afraid of death. Well, do you want to go or not? Shu Bai was asked all of a sudden. He is not to contribute to the family, now he just wants to pick up powerful attributes and skills. Always staying with them, that's all you get. Well, I'll go and ask Fatty, he shouldn't have set off yet. His partners have died before, and now he should be waiting for a new partner at the distribution office. If we join, we should be able to be parted with him. Let's go. In this way, the two went to the battle distribution office together. Fat, here, sure enough, Uchiha Natsumi was waiting for his new partner at the distribution office at this time. After seeing Liu Yan, he also greeted directly. Why are you two here? When Uchiha Natsumi saw the two coming, he also got up and walked to their side. Zubai said that I am going to the battlefield, I am not thinking of you. No, Uchiha Natsumi suddenly opened his eyes and said with a serious face. Although Uchiha Natsumi is only 12 years old now, but because he opened his eyes early and he has already participated in the battle, he has a different breath. His roar also shocked Shu Bai. Why not? Shu Bai's voice was also weak. You know, in his impression, this chubby, but a good temper. Because, I don't want to watch you two die in front of me. Or, let you watch me die on the battlefield. Uchiha Natsumi also slowed down and said sadly. You know, the battlefield is just a meat grinder, no matter how strong you are, you can't guarantee that you can come out. What's more, Shu Bai's strength has just reached Shaoren, and if such strength enters, it will definitely become cannon fodder. I see, Fatty. As the second brother, I will definitely protect you. Shu Bai also said directly. With that, he walked directly to the battle distribution office. Uncle San, I am Uchiha Zubai. I want to participate in the battle, I want to enter the battlefield. Shu Bai said directly after arriving at the distribution office. Xiao Bai, why, have you broken through the level of Zongnan? To enter the battlefield, the minimum requirement is to reach the level of Zongnan. Don't enter the battlefield presumptuously because of the words of the people around you. The registrant here is Uchiha Zubai's third uncle, his father's younger brother. So I asked Shu Bai a bit more about joining the battlefield. Because he knew that his nephew, but he hasn't reached the level of Shinobu. That is, if you don't have the ability to go to the battlefield, you can only drag your own partners. You should be your non-staff with peace of mind. When you are lucky, just pick up a corpse and come back for business. As long as you don't be like your father, just be a traitor. At this time, another registrar Sayi Uchiha also said directly. That's right, soon, other registrars also began to complain. Fire escape Super Phoenix Immortal Fire Technique. Shu Bai, no matter what the people around him said, he directly faced a clearing and released the ninjutsu he had seen. The next moment, everyone was stunned, including Uchiha Natsumi and Uchiha Liu Yan on one side. They knew it, and what Shu Bai now mastered was the technique of fire escape and howling fireball and the technique of instantaneous body. Moreover, because of chakra restrictions, it is still not very skilled. But now, Shu Bai unexpectedly released the strongest ninjutsu that Uchiha Natsumi could use, which made everyone who saw this scene speechless. Uncle San, I think I should already have the strength to participate in the battle. Shu Bai said firmly. Although I haven't seen the so-called father, this body is Uchiha's virtual wife, and it was also a gift from this man. So, hearing these people slander his father, he felt very uncomfortable. Sure enough, no matter where you go, you can only be respected if you have strength. Good, good, I said, the eldest brother's son must not be a waste. This is your combat system, license and ninja bag. After the third uncle finished speaking, he also handed out 3 things. Thanks, San uncle, I want to be with Fatty, and Liu Yan has come to apply today. Shu Bai said, and the two also came to the front of the stage. Are you two willing to team up with Xiao Bai? Third uncle asked again. Willing, willing. In this way, the three formed a new team, ready to set off. Shu Bai, you can do it, silently, you have learned such advanced ninjutsu. At this time, Liu Yan patted Shu Bai's shoulder and said with a happy face. He is not jealous, but really happy for Shu Bai. This is the credit of both of you. If it weren't for your careful teaching, I wouldn't have improved so quickly. Shu Bai also scratched his head and said slowly. You kid, just blow it. The three of them played all the way and walked to the edge of the camp. Okay, stop making trouble. Now we have to face the battlefield. Let me briefly introduce you to the situation on the battlefield. First of all, the main enemy we have to face is the Thousand-Handed Clan. Their abilities are super powerful physique and huge chakra. Thousand-Handed Buddha is their current patriarch, and this person above us will deal with it. If we go out, we must be careful of two people. One is Chinsho Wyu, and the other is Chinsho Wyu. Hundreds of poisonous hands. Both of these two men's physical skills and ninjutsu are exceptionally powerful, and the teams they represent are also very powerful. So, on the battlefield, if you hear me say to retreat, no matter what you are doing, be sure to leave quickly. Uchiha Natsumi also said slowly. Knowing that you are fat, let's go. Seeing the pile of falling items in front of him, Shu Bai felt very itchy in his heart. Well, let's go. In this way, the three of them quickly moved towards the battlefield. As a result of absorbing the blood of the elementary Thousand Hands last time, the upper limit of physical skills has been increased to 100, and now Shu Bai's speed is not slow anymore. After converging with the main force, the three also found Uchiha Tamura, who was in charge of the battle. Although Uchiha Tajima is the patriarch, he usually sits in the family and rarely comes out. Three little guys, the three of you, just follow Murabayashi and take charge of the flanking battle. Uchiha Tamura also gave them battle arrangements. Roger that. The three of them also swiftly went to the flanks to gather with their troops. After all, in addition to the cooperation between the three on the battlefield, what is more needed is not to be separated from your team. Otherwise, if he is surrounded by the enemy team, he will be declared dead. After reuniting with the team, the three also found a place to sit down. Because the battle has not yet started, they are all here to fix. Fatty, I thought that as soon as we came out, we rushed over to fight them. Unexpectedly, we should wait here first. Shu Bai asked with a puzzled face. Well, if we rush out directly, we will probably die. Whether it is Senju or is Uchiha, no one dares to say that we can come and go freely on the battlefield with our own power. Fatty also explained Dao. Shu Bai was also silent after hearing Sha Ming's words. He knew that Madara and Zuma were still children now, so he didn't refute them. When these two monsters have developed, it is not difficult at all to break into an army alone. If the wooden shield between the pillars is in the late stage, one person is an army. Set. When the three of them were resting, a loud voice sounded. Hearing this voice, everyone gathered towards that side. Our responsibility is to contain the enemy's combat effectiveness, and also to guard against sneak attacks from other small families. Now, everyone, go. Uchiha Tamura also directly ordered the departure. Upon hearing this order, everyone moved quickly in the predetermined direction. Shu Bai followed closely behind and set off on the battlefield. After entering the battlefield, Shu Bai could already smell the blood in the air before the battle started. Is this the battlefield where countless geniuses have fallen? Looking at the scene in front of him, Shu Bai's body seemed to have been affected in some way, and it became a little strange. Hey, don't be paralyzed by the blood color, this is a big taboo on the battlefield. At this moment, Uchiha Natsumi patted Shu Bai's back and said slowly. I see. Shu Bai immediately withdrew from the state just now. You know, just now, he almost shot the people around him. Because of Scarlet's influence, Shu Bai almost couldn't control it. Soon, they came to the front line, but now the other party hasn't taken a shot yet, they only need to martial law here. After the system is upgraded, can we increase the number of pickups per day? Martial law is here now, so Shu Bai has nothing to do for the time being, so he called the system in his mind. Yes, after the pickup system is improved, it will add 3 pickups to your original basis. Is that when I upgrade to level 100, I can pick up 300 things a day? Shubai asked excitedly. Yes, it is. Hearing the system's answer, Shubai couldn't mention how excited he was. Picking up 300 items at a time, if you put them on this battlefield, it is estimated that after a few days of sweeping, you will be able to release unlimited ninjutsu. By the way, besides the system, you can give me a property panel and let me pick up things. Do you have any other functions? Shubai said with a look of disgust. Also, you can store items. Then there are functions, which can only be viewed after your level is improved. After Shubai chatted with the system, he also looked at the battlefield ahead. This time, I will not only pick up some powerful ninjutsu, but also pick up something to improve his physical fitness and chakra capacity. The best thing is that this time I can pick up the blood of the Chinsho family. The last time a junior bloodline improved oneself so much, if it is intermediate or advanced, wouldn't it be cool? Boom! Just when Shubai was yelling, a loud noise came. Suddenly, Shubai was brought back to reality. Attention, everyone, the frontal battle has already begun, and now is the time for us to exert our strength, attack the left wing of the Thousand Hands, and make them in chaos. Uchiha Tamura also said directly. No, you can't go down. At this moment, everyone who was about to do it was stopped by Shubai's roar. Tell me, why do you say that? You are a newcomer. You must know that you will be executed if you disobey the military order. Uchiha Tamura said with a majestic expression. Sorry, Lord Sergeant, this is the first time he has been on the battlefield, and he is a little nervous. Fat, I'm not nervous, we really can't go down. I saw that, there are our people, no, our compatriots have corpses there. Shubai instantly pointed to a mountain col in the distance and said loudly. Following the direction Shubai pointed out, everyone was also a little confused. There is the back mountain cliff. If there are people from the Chinsho clan, they should know it. Because there are my own partners there. But now, there is no news from there. Nonsense, disturbing the military's mind is just like death. Uchiha Tamura's killing intent became even worse. Although Shubai didn't know why this guy had some feelings towards him, Shubai really saw it. Because there are a lot of Uchiha's primary bloodline and Uchiha's intermediate bloodline, and there are some ninjutsu. If you follow your own guess, the Uchiha clan must have died there. After all, blood will only appear when a person dies. Before he and the bloodline, Liu Yu tried it, but if it bleeds, it won't drop the bloodline. Believe me, if there are really enemies over there, if we rush down, we will become other people's turtles. Shubai shouted loudly again. You said you saw it, what did you see? At this time, Uchiha Tamura didn't blindly say that Shubai was going to be executed, because he felt that Shubai did not lie. I saw the souls of our Uchiha clan, struggling and roaring there. Shubai also directly made up a reason and said it. After all, I can't tell them that I have seen blood falling on the ground, right? After hearing Shubai's words, Uchiha Tamura also frowned. Zuoxi, Hyakuchi, check it out with the two of you. If there is something unusual, send a signal directly. Finally, Uchiha Tamura suppressed the impulse in his heart and asked two particularly high-level ninjas to check it out. 10 minutes later, the two still did not come back. At their speed, no matter how delayed, they should have returned at this time. At this time, Uchiha Tamura had already believed Shubai's words. Everyone, turn around and attack the back mountain cliff. Since there are enemies here, kill them first. As he set off again, he glanced at Shubai with a deep meaning, and then quickly attacked there. When they came to the back of the mountain cliff, everyone slowly touched the sound silently. Everyone is open to writing round eyes, ready to deal with the battle that arises at any time. Of course, Shubai hadn't opened it, after all, he hadn't opened his eyes yet. Uchiha Tamura at the front also raised his hand instantly, and released ninjutsu after Kiin. At this time, the true face of the enemy was also exposed to them. More than 800 people were ambushed here. If they really attack the left wing according to their original plan, they will really become dumpling stuffing for others now. After Uchiha Tamura started, the rest of the people also directly launched ninjutsu. Moreover, the Uchiha clan is basically based on thermal power attributes, and for a while, thermal power is also added. Although the opponent was sneak attacked, but he didn't get caught, and the battle went into intense heat in an instant. At this time, Shubai also saw the real battlefield for the first time. Between the sword and the sword, there was a bloody picture that Shubai couldn't accept at once. Wow! The next moment, Shubai also vomited directly. Although the two members of the Thousand Hands clan were killed last time, they were all killed with fire escape, so the visual impact was not great. But this time, all kinds of flesh and blood flew wildly, so that Shubai couldn't stand it at all. Second brother, get up quickly, an enemy is coming. At this moment, Uchiha Natsumi on one side supported Shubai and shouted loudly. Because now, speaking quietly, I can't hear it at all. Wow. Shubai couldn't speak at all, and vomited again. You take care of Shubai first, I will delay it. Uchiha Luyan on one side also said directly. He knew that it was like this the first time he went on the battlefield, but he didn't expect that Shubai's reaction would be so great. Okay, isn't it? I can't hold on anymore. Huo Dun Dayan sings. Uchiha Luyan shouted at this side while releasing ninjutsu. Second brother, cheer up. If we don't save the eldest brother, he will die. Uchiha Natsumi also looked at Shubai anxiously and shouted again. Dead, big brother is going to die. No, big brother can't die. The scarlet in Shubai's eyes flashed past. Although he did not open the writing wheel, his heart was calmer because of the redness. Second brother, are you okay? Hurry up, go help eldest brother. Uchiha saw Shubai fighting start, and also let go of Shubai and rushed towards the enemy. Standing up, Shubai quickly rushed towards the enemy. Huo Dun Hao Fireball. Shubai directly released his ninjutsu. Water escape, big waterfall. The enemy opposite Shubai also released Shuedun in an instant. However, what the other party released was the B+ level ninjutsu cataract technique, and a large stream of water instantly extinguished the flames and struck towards Shubai. Fire escape. Super Immortal Fire Technique. Uchiha Natsumi came to Shubai's side and released the Super Immortal Fire to resist the opponent's ninjutsu. Fortunately, I met 3 newcomer teams. Kionju Chiki and Chiki Chibayashi, you two go to help other teams, here I can do it myself. Chizan also said directly. I know, big brother. The other 2 of the team left the team in an instant, and went to cope with the others. Arrogant, death is your punishment. Uchiha Natsumi said, also using other ninjutsu again, and began to attack. After hearing Uchiha Natsumi's words, Shubai also settled down. Brother, I will release several ninjutsu in a while. You and Fatty both step back a bit, I still can't master it. Shubai looked forward firmly and said slowly. Because he knew that Uchiha Natsumi's words were actually spoken to himself. I know, although I don't know what your kid wants to do, but I believe you. After Lu Yan finished speaking, he came to Fatty's side. Shubai raised his hand, and now there are 8 ninjutsu in his warehouse. As long as it is used properly, there is basically no difficulty in killing the enemy in front of you. Fire escape. Hearing Shubai's voice behind him, Fatty and Lu Yan also stepped back instantly and came to Shubai's back. Fire escape Big Bang. Fire escape Super Phoenix Fire Art. Fire escape, extinguish the fire. Shubai also released 3 ninjutsu in an instant. After releasing it, his fingers were all burned a bit. After all, these ninjutsu are not his own masters. Seeing that Shubai had said the names of 3 ninjutsu, the other party was also taken aback. Is this guy here to be funny? I didn't see him Jayan either, I just rushed to the front and roared twice. Could it be? But before he finished thinking about it, he was swallowed by the 3 major fire escapes in an instant. Seeing this scene, Uchiha Luyan and Uchiha Natsumi were also surprised again. They had previously discovered that Shubai released ninjutsu without Kaien, and thought they had hallucinations. But this time, what they can see is real. Shubai released 3 ninjutsu beyond his level. You must know that the extinguishing of the fire is a ninjutsu that Uchiha Natsumi can barely use. Before Shubai's strong request, he released it twice. I can't. This guy has learned this ninjutsu just these 2 times, right? If this is the case, it would be too scary. After seeing the man of the Chinsho clan disappear into his own flame, the nausea in Shubai's heart also slightly dissipated. Second brother, when did you master such a powerful ninjutsu? Uchiha Natsumi also rushed to Shubai's side, and said happily. You know, although the Chinsho Chiansen in front of you is not as good as Chinsho Wyu and Chinsho hundreds of poisons, Chiansen is also a powerful existence. The direct tacit understanding of their three brothers is extremely high. Even in the face of existence stronger than them, they can still fight. Unexpectedly, the eldest brother of the three of them, Chiansen, was directly solved by Shu Bai. At this time, Chinmu and Chinline, who saw Chiansen's death, rushed over crazy. Shu Bai also raised his hand again, releasing his only remaining fierce fire. Seeing that Shu Bai took a shot, Uchiha Luyan and Uchiha Natsumi also followed suit. Without Chimori, the two of them were quickly submerged in the ninjutsu of the three. At this time, the three of them also dropped what Shu Bai needed, the intermediate bloodline of the Thousand Hands clan. Although there are still a few ninjutsu, they are all too weak in Shu Bai's eyes. System: pick up the intermediate bloodline of the Thousand Hands clan. Successfully picked up. After picking up the blood, Shu Bai also used it directly. After all, when you are fighting now, if you improve your physical fitness a little, you will have a little more chance of retribution. Host: Shu Bai Uchiha Shu Bai. Age: 15. Pickup level: 1. The number of pickups per day, 3 times. Pickup experience: 13 100ths. Chakra: 180 180ths. Evaluation of Ninja Academy not getting started. Physical skills: 100 300ths. Evaluation of Advanced Ninja. Master Ninjutsu: Fire Dungeons Big Bang 3, Fire Dungeons Super Phoenix Fire 2. Blood Succession Boundary: Right round eyes, not opened. Novice Gift Pack: already used. Pick up attribute today, 1/3. After looking at his attribute panel, Shu Bai still sighed. The number of chakras is too slow to increase. It would be great if you can pick up a tail beast. Of course, this is just to think about it. After all, where to find the tail beast? As for the experience, there is no way to do this, it can only pile up a little bit. Fat, are we going to support them? Shu Bai asked directly as he watched the battle ahead. No need, this time our surprise attack, this wave of enemies should have been eaten. After completing this mission, you will definitely be praised when you go back. Uchiha Natsumi also said directly. That's it, then after we have solved the battle here, we still have to continue to attack Chinshu's left wing. Shu Bai said with a dull face. This is not clear. It's up to the commander of the army to order it. We just keep it here and don't let the enemy leave. Uchiha Natsumi also said slowly. Soon, all 800 people from the 1,000 armed race were wiped out. Seeing such a scene, Shu Bai also knew why Uchiha Madara and Senjuju could not be together, even though they had a good relationship in the first place. The battle is over, clear the battlefield, and then all the staff return. Uchiha Tamura also gave the order directly. After hearing Uchiha Tamura's words, everyone arranged the battlefield and was ready to go back. At this time, Shu Bai was the fastest to rush. Because he saw several ninjutsu he liked. One is Lei Dun White Smoke, and the other is Huo Dun True Fire Extinguishment. Shu Bai has already experienced the strength of extinguishing the fire, and this true fire extinguishing is definitely stronger than the extinguishing of the fire. As for Bai Yan, Shu Bai really wanted to have a Lei Dun. After all, Lei Dun is the best ninjutsu to pretend. After picking up these two ninjutsu, Shu Bai also returned with the large group. Only one burning corpse was left. After all, during the battle, the most feared is the virus. Therefore, for the enemies that were killed, the Uchiha clan would directly choose Huo Dun to make all the people here disappear. After returning to the camp, Shu Bai also went straight back to his room. He doesn't want to do anything now, he just wants to sleep. After all, the impact of today's events on him is too great. When I first saw Naruto, I didn't see such a bloody scene. The next day's rest, there is no combat mission. Because of the long-term battles, both families can't stand it a bit. So the two sides agreed to a truce, and I don't know if they will not fight for a while. But these are not what Shu Bai needs to worry about. He is now in the camp of the military commander Uchiha Tamura. Uchiha is white, Uchiha's third son. You have 3 sisters above, all in the medical class. And your previous performance has always been mediocre, and you don't even have the strength of Shinobu. I think please explain, why, in just a few days, why did your strength change so quickly? Uchiha Tamura also said directly. Although Shubai knew that someone would ask himself these questions one day, he did not expect that this matter would come so quickly. Commander, I don't know. Originally I was very weak, but when I was outside with Uchiha Luyan that day, I met two people from the Thousand-Handed Clan. At that time, Uchiha Luyan used a trick called fire fighting. The art of singing big flames. At that time, this ninjutsu appeared in my mind for a moment, and then I raised my hand and it was ready to use. I don't know what happened. Shubai said half-truth. Oh, there is such a strange thing. So now, I release a ninjutsu, if you can copy it, I believe what you say. Uchiha Tamura also said directly. Okay, Shubai also replied directly. Seeing that Shubai was so refreshed, he gave an affirmative answer, and Uchiha Tamura's face was also puzzled. It seems that this kid is not lying. You know, just now he had been opening the writing wheel, but he didn't see any changes on Shubai's face. Huo done by Yu Fei. After Uchiha Tamura walked outside the camp, he also directly released his own ninjutsu, Huo done by Yu Fei. In an instant, a white flame turned into white feathers and shot out quickly. And a big rock as the target was blown up instantly. System, pick up Huo done by Yu Fei. Pickup is successful, there are 2 remaining times for picking up today. Shubai also directly picked up Huo done by Yu Fei on the ground. Moreover, looking at the ninjutsu in his inventory, Shubai also knew that this self-made ninjutsu was actually an A-level ninjutsu. This made Shubai a little reluctant to release it. You must know that the A-level ninjutsu he can use now is only one Huo Dian True Fire Extinguishment. Okay, now it's your turn. Come on, show your abilities. Uchiha Tamura also said directly to Shubai. Yeah, Huo done White Flying Bird. Shubai also pointed directly to the big rock in front of him, and instantly used Bai Fei Bird. The next moment, the same ninjutsu as Uchiha Tamura appeared in front of everyone. The most important thing is that Uchiha Tamura wants to seal, but Shubai does not need to seal. The people who saw this scene grew their mouths just like Uchiha Luyan and the others. Ha ha ha, ha 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 ha, it seems that God is on Uchiha's side. With such a secret weapon, why be afraid of the Thousand Hands clan? After seeing Shubai's ability, Uchiha Tamura has also haha laughed out loud. That Sergeant Commander, I can only use this ability once a day. I used ninjutsu continuously before because I can only use it after many days. After hearing Uchiha Tamura laugh, Shubai also said again. Once, it's okay, you don't need to fight often. Can you copy and store ninjutsu regardless of the level of ninjutsu? Uchiha Tamura asked a very critical question again. If only some low-level ninjutsu can be replicated, then there is no effect. Now I should be able to copy all the ninjutsu below S grade. As for the above, I don't know. Shubai also said directly. After all, Shubai can pick up A-level ninjutsu. But after surpassing the A level, reaching the S level, or even a higher level, I don't know if I can pick it up. After all, Shubai has never seen a ninjutsu above S rank. Okay, you come and try this. Fire Dungeon Apocalypse. After the complicated Jayan, a huge flame giant appeared in front of Shubai. Then, the flame giant instantly swung a sword, and directly split the ground in front of him. Pick up Fire Dun Apocalypse. Successfully picked up. Surpass the S-level ninjutsu, you need to pick up level 2 to use it. At this moment, the system sounded a reminder tone. Sure enough, after exceeding the S level, there are restrictions on use. Although he is now nearly 1/5 of the progress, it takes some time to reach level 2. After all, the number of pickups per day is limited. That, Commander, I can only copy once a day, so, that is, I forgot this one. Okay, you go back to rest first, and try again tomorrow. Uchiha Tamura also said slowly. Originally, when he released this ninjutsu, there was a reason to test Shubai. After hearing Shubai say this, he also asked Shubai to go back first. After Shubai returned, the group also joined together. Second brother, shall we? No, Shubai is also a member of our tribe. He has such an ability and we should be happy for him. Okay, don't mention it again. I believe that he is our partner. Uchiha Tamura is also directly said. But his father, at the beginning, there was no direct evidence that he had rebelled against the family. Moreover, because of everyone's remarks, he also cut his belly directly. Therefore, I will not mention this matter again. I don't want to vain him and become the next nothingness, Uchiha Tamura also said directly. After hearing Uchiha Tamura's words, everyone nodded their heads and dispersed. After everyone dispersed, Uchiha Tamura also took out his pen and began to write a letter. This matter, I still have to let the eldest brother know. After Shubai returned to the room, he also lay down directly. Today's number of pickups is still 1, and Shubai doesn't know what to pick up next. Let's take a rest, let's talk later. If it really doesn't work, just find the fat guy again and put out the fire. This time, I slept right into the night. Shubai, who was awake from hunger, also came directly to the cafeteria. After eating something, Shubai also went to look for them. Soon, Shubai found him in Uchiha Natsumi's house. Fat, I want to learn the shadow avatar, can you teach me? Shubai also asked directly. Shadow clone, don't you know the steps of Yuien in this ninjutsu? Uchiha Natsumi said with a puzzled look. I tried it, but I seem to be able to separate out some weird things. The shadow clone technique. Shubai also directly used the shadow clone technique. The next moment, a gray-white shoe is completely different from their style of painting. Bai fell to the ground and appeared in front of them. Ah, this, ha ha ha. This is not because your seal is wrong, but your chakra is not enough. Moreover, you have a problem with the control of the chakra. Uchiha Natsumi also said slowly. I know this, but I just can't control it. Is there any good way to exercise my chakra? Shubai asked again. You know, when Uchiha Zubai was young, his father died. As for his mother and 2 sisters, the combat effectiveness is also pitifully low. Don't teach Shubai ninjutsu, even if you can stay in such a powerful village, it is already very hard. Therefore, Shubai has not received any systematic education since he was a child. Well, can't you copy ninjutsu? First copy one and feel it. Then let your clone continuously accumulate chakras and exercise the use of chakras. If you two do it at the same time, there should be a lot of progress. Yes, shadow clone technique. After Uchiha Natsumi finished speaking, he also directly used the shadow clone. Seeing this, Shubai also directly picked up the shadow clone technique. Shadow clone technique. Shubai used it directly after picking it up. Because Uchiha Natsumi is 3 separate clones, when Shubai uses it, he also directly separates 3. Okay, I'll go back first. After getting what he wanted, Shubai didn't want to waste time. After all, part of his current secret has been exposed to everyone. Soon, he will become the target of the enemy's attention. After all, in your own family, who knows, there is no enemy's eyeliner. Also, even if it's a family, it's dangerous. Therefore, the biggest thing at the moment, in addition to completing the daily pickup, is to improve one's own strength. Only when one's own strength improves, can he not be afraid of any danger. After returning to the room, Shubai also began to improve his strength. 2 of the clones accumulate chakras, and Shubai and the remaining clones exercise physical skills together. Soon, 1 night passed. Today Uchiha Tamura also went out, because the summit meeting between the 2 sides required him to go. Now, they still don't know if this battle is over. Therefore, the army is still stationed here. After taking a good look at the terrain here, Shubai also discovered that this place was actually the famous Ending Valley for later generations. Although it is now called Bailey Plain, Shubai knew that the big lake over there would be a place where Madara and Zu would fight in the future. Since Uchiha Tamura was out, the deputy commander Uchiha Tamano came to test Shubai this time. Shubai, look good. Lay done false light. Uchiha Tianyi also directly released an S-rank ninjutsu. A pure white thunder and lightning struck the giant wood in front of him in an instant. The tree that was originally towering turned into a piece of coke the moment it was hit. Okay, let's see if you can copy it. After using the pseudo-light, Uchiha Tano also turned around and said slowly. I can copy, but now my chakra is not enough to use. According to my current chakra improvement speed, about a month later, I can use such ninjutsu. Shubai also directly said. The reason why I can use it in a month is because I will be level 2 by then. At that time, you can use S-level ninjutsu. That's it, I know, I'll record it here, and you can sign it. Uchiha Tianyi also said directly. After solving the matter here, Shubai also quickly left here and rushed to the battlefield. After arriving on the battlefield, Shubai also discovered that all the densely packed things had disappeared. It seems that this item that can be picked up also has a time limit. After falling for more than a period of time, it will disappear. Shubai, who returned to the camp, also met Uchiha Luyan and Uchiha Natsumi, who came out of the cafeteria. Second brother, what's the matter, so anxious? Seeing Shubai panting, Natsumi Uchiha also asked directly. It's okay, I just went to the battlefield to take a look. I haven't been there before, and I want to feel it in the past. Shubai also casually broke the reason. Going to see the battlefield, it is estimated that only you will do such a thing. Okay, what are you going to do now? Uchiha Luyan also asked directly. I want to go to the officers to see if anyone can teach me ninjutsu. Shubai also directly stated his purpose. You know, now Uchiha Luyan and Uchiha Natsumi's ninjutsu can no longer satisfy Shubai. What he needs now is to accumulate more ninjutsu, and it is a powerful ninjutsu. Only in this way will he feel more at ease. Because he always felt that he would encounter some disaster immediately. Well, let's find my father. Uchiha Natsumi also said directly. Uncle Damu, yes, Uncle Damu also exists at the upper endurance level. Shubai also said directly. Uchiha Natsumi's father is Uchiha Oki, the captain of the village guard. His own strength is not bad, but also because he has mastered a lot of powerful ninjutsu. Moreover, Sengoyu's riding wheel eye is also opened. Such an existence, now picking up something for Shubai, is the most suitable. Moreover, he is still a fat father. With this level of relationship, it is more convenient to do things. Okay, then it's settled. Let's go, I'll take you to see your father, he is in the camp now. After Uchiha Natsumi finished speaking, he also took Shubai and Luyan to his camp. After arriving at Uchiha Natsu's camp, the three of them also entered it together. Father, Shubai and Luyan are here to play. Uchiha Natsumi also said directly after entering. Come in and sit down. Uchiha Oki also said directly. Father, Shubai wants to be your apprentice. Look, be my apprentice. Shubai, isn't this guy who doesn't like learning ninjutsu and combat-related things? Why, do you suddenly want to become stronger? Uchiha Oki asked in confusion. After hearing Uchiha Oki's words, Shubai also walked directly in front of him. Uncle Omu, I used to hate fighting and the ninjutsu that brings battles. But now I know that if I become stronger, then death is waiting for me. And I, now the only man in the family, I too you should shoulder your own responsibilities. Shubai also said directly. Although this was not his original and most important goal, Shubai also regarded Uchiha Shubai's family as his family because of this physical reason. Okay, you are a good man. I will accept you as an apprentice, but you have to be prepared to endure hardship. Following me, it won't be as easy as before. Uchiha Oki also said directly. Thank you, teacher. Shubai also said directly. At this time, Uchiha Oki also stood up directly. Now, let's exercise your body first. The use of powerful ninjutsu and chakra is based on the body, so let's do 100 push-ups first. Good teacher. Uchiha Oki's first request for Shubai was physical requirements, and after the push-up, he stood up. Soon, it was night. Well, today's exercise will stop here, and we will continue to come tomorrow morning. After Uchiha Oki finished speaking, he also went directly back to his camp. Shubai couldn't stand up anymore at this time. Although his physique had been greatly improved, he couldn't bear it in this sudden high-intensity exercise. There are 2 more pickups today, but no one uses ninjutsu today. I just worshipped Uchiha Oki as my teacher, and I don't want to ask others to release ninjutsu for myself. However, because of my own exercise, a lot of things fell around. Pick up 2 primary physiques. Looking at the primary physique of a place, Shubai was also somewhat helpless. It seems that he is really a weak one now. After a day of training, all he has fallen is the elementary physique. Successfully picked up. Congratulations to the host, you can pick up 1 week in a row and get a primary gift package. At this moment, the sound of the system's machinery rang in my ears. After hearing this voice, Shubai was overjoyed. It seems that the function of the system is more than that. Open the primary package. Congratulations to the host, get the experience card. After using it, you can increase 50 experience points. Use experience card. After seeing this item, Shubai almost laughed. I am now waiting to upgrade my level. You know, I have 2S level ninjutsu in my hand now, and I can only use it after I reach level 2. Now that I have 21/100ths experience, I instantly improved my progress by a big step. After waiting 10 days, he can be promoted to level 2. And this time, tell Shubai not to waste a picking opportunity. At that time, maybe the system will have any other rewards. The time for the meeting passed quickly, and a week passed in a flash. During this period of Shubai, apart from picking up the ninjutsu released by Uchiha Natsumi and Uchiha Luyan, he was exercising. I don't know what Uchiha Oki's thoughts are. In short, I find various exercises for Shubai every day. This week, Shubai has done super long distance runs, whether it is simple push-ups, or handstand walks. And now, Shubai has an illusion that his physique has improved a lot. But on his system panel, his physical skills only improved by more than 20 points. Now his panel is also very rich. Host, Shubai Uchiha Shubai. Age, 15. Pickup level, 1. The number of pickups per day 3. Pickup experience, 92/100ths. Chakra, 300/300ths, evaluation of first entry into Ninja Academy. Physical skill, 300/320ths, evaluation of advanced ninja. Master ninjutsu, instantaneous, primary use of shuriken, weak chicken level shadow clone. Blood succession boundary, right round eyes, not opened. Novice gift pack, already used. Pick up attributes today, 3/3. Warehouse, Huo Dang Wangwo Ku 8, Fire Huo Super Phoenix Fire Art 8, Huo Dun Jo Huo Ku 1, Thunder Dun White Smoke, Fire Dun Apocalypse, Thunder Dun False Light. The rest are some who have improved their chakras. After all, this is now Shubai's biggest shortcoming. If you want to talk about physical skills, you can also get a rapid improvement through your own continuous exercise. But his own body didn't know what was going on, and the speed of extracting chakra was extremely slow. If it weren't for you to pick up chakras, it is estimated that your chakras will still be a little bit at this time. At this time, Shubai also knew. Even in the same family, there are geniuses and fools. And he is that idiot. Think about Uchiha Madara, who is also of the Uchiha clan, but the speed of other people's cultivation is simply fast. Even if he has the cheat device of the system now, it is estimated that when Uchiha Madara gets bigger, he will not improve much faster than him. 500. Shubai also completed 500 push-ups with one hand in his thoughts. Okay, it's noon, let's go eat something first. Also, I know you can pick up one ninjutsu every day, and now I recognize you as my apprentice. So, I will release 3 ninjutsu every day, let you pick it up. And now you can only pick up A-level ninjutsu, right? Look forward to it. Fire escape Fire Dragon Swallowing. Water escape Incomparable Shore. Water escape Rain Attack. After Uchiha Oki finished speaking, he also released 3 ninjutsu in an instant. Although Uchiha Oki Yuki's speed is not fast, but with the assistance of writing round eyes, basically everyone from the Uchiha clan is not slow at her speed. About an A-level ninjutsu, Uchiha Oki only took 2 seconds to make a seal. At this time, Shubai was stunned by the sudden happiness. He also knows why Uchiha Oki hasn't talked to himself about other things before. It turns out he didn't regard himself as an apprentice at all before. Although because of Shubai's lie, there was no chance to pick up the S-rank ninjutsu. But these 3 S-rank ninjutsu can be used in conjunction. Incomparable Shore and Fire Dragon Swallowing influence each other, causing a lot of fog. And these mists can not only obscure the enemy's sight, but also create a lot of water for the next rain attack. Instantly increase the power of the rain attack by more than 1 level. These are today's 3 ninjutsu, you choose it yourself. After Uchiha Oki finished speaking, he returned to his camp and rested. On one side, Uchiha Natsumi and Uchiha Luyan also surrounded them. Congratulations to the second brother, I got my father's approval. Let's go to dinner now, and this may be our last meal on the battlefield. Uchiha Natsumi also said slowly. The last meal, what do you mean, do we not have enough supplies? Shubai said with a puzzled face. It's not enough, but we don't need to stay here anymore. After the summit meeting between the two sides, a truce was decided. After all, this war has lasted for half a year. If it is not repaired, whether it is Senju or Uchiha, it's a little overwhelming. After all, there are other families in this world who are eyeing our two families. Uchiha Natsumi also said the reason. Well, you kid half-talked, it scared me to death. In this way, the three of them went to eat together. Because it is the last meal, today's dishes are very rich. And Shubai also completed today's pickup task, and now he is waiting for the system to reward him. After eating, Shubai did not continue to follow Uchiha Natsumi home. Because the order has been issued above, they will go back to pack their belongings, and they will leave camp and go home. Upon hearing this news, even the people lying in the infirmary showed a smile on their faces. Even the militant Uchiha clan was a bit tired in the face of such a long battle. Therefore, there is now a smile on the face of every tribe. Moreover, because of the strength displayed by both sides, it is estimated that after the war, many small families will come to seek asylum. Shubai is alone, and his two sisters and mother are in the clan. He has very few things on his own, and he has a portable space, so he doesn't need to bring too many things. After a simple tidying up, I went directly to the square to gather. Seeing the smiles on everyone's faces, Shubai also knew. In this world, it's not that they like fighting. It was the world that forced them to fight. After all, in such a world where the weak and the strong eat the strong, if you are not strong, there will be no bones left behind to be eaten by others. Especially big families like Uchiha, there are quite a few guys who covet their territory. As long as they show a slight decline, they will be besieged by other families. This is also the reason why they fight, because behind each of them, there are objects that have to be protected. My fellow citizens, this battle is over. But let's not forget that battle brings us strength. The next battle will come at any time, for me, Uchiha, and for yourselves. During the truce, try to make yourself strong. Get up. The sword in your hands is the strongest shield in front of our relatives and children. Uchiha's flames will one day burn everywhere in the world. The flames of Uchiha will burn everywhere in the world one day. The flames of Uchiha will burn everywhere in the world one day. Everyone also yelled directly, and after every battle, the commander of the army would have such a speech. It is also this kind of speech that allows them to maintain a strong combat effectiveness. Looking at the people around him, Shubai expressed such beliefs from the heart. Shubai couldn't understand such a concept, but in this warring states period, this was the only link that linked the family. Okay, leave the camp and go home. After Uchiha Tamura's last sentence fell, the logistics unit also used their own space scrolls to collect all the camps and returned directly. Since Shubai had no family, he followed his third uncle and the others. And Uchiha Luyan and Uchiha Natsumi both have their own immediate family members, and they are all the same. After 3 days' journey, they were also home. Shubai not only picked up a lot of chakras and physiques, but also got his second gift package. The first time it was picked up for 7 consecutive days to get the first gift package, this time it became 10 days. It seems that the cycle of this gift package will gradually become longer and longer as the gift package is issued. Open the primary package. This time, it was also a basic gift package, and Shubai, who is now in his house, also opened this gift package. Congratulations to the host, for obtaining the Muramasa Excalibur, one of the 12 grass Naginata swords. It can be accompanied by the 3 attributes of thunder, fire, and ice. Using these 3 attributes of ninjutsu, the power is increased by 50%. After opening the gift pack, this time it was not an experience card, but a weapon. Moreover, this weapon is a bit good. It was actually one of the 12-handled Kusuna swords, and the increase in ninjutsu was not small. Now his experience has risen to 98 100ths, that is to say, after the number of pickups is completed today, he can be upgraded to level 2. When the time comes, the ninjutsu lying in his inventory will be useful. Now I returned home, but looking at this familiar and unfamiliar home, Shubai's heart was always empty. Although when I was on the earth, I lived in a small house allocated by the government, but I lived there for more than 10 years, and there was always some temperature. However, This is a place familiar to this body, not a place familiar to himself. The body has a memory, but the soul has no impression. This situation always makes Shubai feel a little uncomfortable. Xiaobai, have dinner. At this moment, Shubai's second sister, Uchiha Zukin, came to Shubai's door and shouted in a low voice. I know the second sister, I will come right away. Shubai also put the sword in his hand into his own space. After all, such a thing can't be kept hanging, right? Soon, the family sat together. Everyone was silent and did not speak. Because of the family's tradition, it is not to say anything. After eating, Shubai also helped clean up together. Seeing Shubai like this, everyone had forgotten what to do. After Shubai had cleaned up all the dishes, his mother Uchiha Minako reacted. Little Bai, these things are done by women. You are not allowed to do this in the future. If outsiders see it, they will laugh at us. Uchiha Minako also said directly to Shubai, who walked out. We are family members. Since we are family members, we should make our family happy. I am a man in the family, so I will carry it. Shubai suddenly said after hearing Uchiha Minako's words. Such a sentence. You know, Shubai had no family before. He grew up in an orphanage and never felt the warmth of home at all. Although this was just a meal, Shubai already felt the warmth from this family. Therefore, Shubai decided. This home is guarded by Shubai. Xiaobai, you've grown up. I think he will be very pleased to see the emptiness. Uchiha Minako also hugged Shubai, and said with a whimper. On one side, Uchiha Zukin and Uchiha Zuna also covered their mouths to prevent themselves from crying. Seeing these three women, Shubai suddenly felt a powerful impact in his heart. I don't know how the three of them managed to survive these years. In such a world where strength is respected, they are appendages without strength. Xiaobai, your eldest sister is going to marry tomorrow. The other party is Uchiha Hakusai from your sixth aunt's house. After a while, Uchiha Minako also gave a message. Uchiha Byakai, that guy, his character has always been poor. How can I let my sister marry to their house? No, I don't agree with this matter. Shubai immediately objected after hearing the news from his mother. Dao. But, nothing but, I was useless before, let sister, mother, you suffer. But now I am different. If it's not what my sister wants, no one can persecute her. Sister, do you like that guy? Shubai also turned around and looked at Uchiha Kuna behind him. I like it. Uchiha Kuna also lowered his head with a pained expression on his face. You like him, why don't you have a happy face on your face? Tell your brother, do you really like him? In Shubai's eyes, his sister is a super beautiful woman. How can such an elder sister be regarded as that rascal? This guy, even if he was on the battlefield, he belonged to the existence of the fishermen. But they are willing to provide our daily necessities for next year, Okay, I get it. I'll go out first, and leave it to me for next year's affairs. As for the marriage, refunded. The compensation is also called to me. After Shubai finished speaking, he also left home directly. After Shubai left his home, he also went directly to Uchiha's goal home. The only thing he can think of now is his third brother. Natsumi Uchiha's status in the village is different. Grandpa Natsumi is one of the elders of the Uchiha clan. Therefore, their family's status in the village is not low. Although that Baikai's grandfather was also one of the elders, he was different now from before. If you can't even protect your family, then you, a man, really failed. Soon, Shubai came to Natsumi's house. Second brother, why are you here? At this time, Natsumi had just finished eating and was resting in the yard. Seeing Shubai coming, he also stood up and said hello. Fat, I have something to do with the master. Shubai also said directly. Father, he went to a family meeting, and he probably won't be able to come back later. What's the matter, you have something to do with my father? Uchiha Natsumi asked Shubai anxiously and asked slowly. Well, I have something. Can I wait for the master to come back from you? Shubai asked again. Which one of us and whom, come over. Natsumi said directly too. The two came to the yard and sat down too. At this time, Natsumi's mother also brought them 2 cups of tea. I said, second brother, if you just returned to the village, if you want to practice, you should wait until tomorrow. Even if you are in a hurry, improving your strength is not a matter of one day or two, isn't it? Natsumi took a sip of tea and said directly. I didn't come to improve my strength, I just encountered something and wanted to find the master to give me an idea. Shubai also said slowly. Looking at you, the things you have encountered are not trivial. But, can you tell me? You are like this, making me feel anxious when I look at it. Although Shubai didn't show up like that, but the two of them played together from childhood to adulthood, many things are just a look, and they can understand what the other party is thinking. Because of my sister, she is going to marry. Shubai also said with an uncomfortable expression. Sister Zuna is getting married. This is a good thing, how do you look at your sad look? Even if you can't bear your sister, it won't be like this. Natsumi asked suspiciously. My sister gets married, I certainly won't be like this, but do you know who my sister is going to marry? It's Bai Kai, that gangster. Shubai also said directly. Even Shubai himself was surprised that he was so angry about the life he had just met. Perhaps this is the meaning of home. You mean, the grandson of the 8th elder, Uchiha Byakai. Fatty was also surprised at this time. If you want to know the reputation of this guy, it's not very good. Now, he probably knows Shubai's purpose. While the two were talking, Uchiha Oki also returned. Xiaobai is here too, I happen to have something to look for you. Ask you one thing, can your ability stack infinitely? Uchiha Oki also said directly. Master, why did you suddenly ask this question? Shubai did not answer Uchiha Oki's question, but asked rhetorically. This is what the family senior asked me to ask you. If you can really stack up infinitely, then we are going to implement the God Slaughter plan. Uchiha Oki also said directly. God Slaughter plan. After hearing Uchiha Oki's words, Shubai also asked with confusion. You are the weapon of God Slaughter. If you can release ninjutsu indefinitely, then we will give you enough time to accumulate, and then use it as our secret weapon to unify the world. Uchiha Oki also said slowly. Although what was said was grand, there was no excitement in listening to Uchiha Oki's tone. On the contrary, there is a little loss. No, I can accumulate up to 20 ninjutsu. Moreover, when I release up to 5 at a time. Shubai also heard Uchiha Oki's meaning and said directly. You know, the sly rabbits do not stray dogs, and the birds do their best to hide. If he can really do this, then after he successfully helped Uchiha defeat other families, waiting for him, it must not be a good end. Therefore, Shubai also concealed his ability. After hearing Shubai's answer, Uchiha Oki looked relieved instead. Are you true? Uchiha Oki asked again. Yes, I'm very sorry, I can't contribute to the family. Shubai also said slowly. It's okay, don't take it to heart. By the way, you are here with me, are you here to find me? Uchiha Oki then remembered that Shubai should have something with him. Teacher, it's like this, Shubai quickly told Uchiha Oki about his situation. After listening to Shubai's words, Uchiha Oki also frowned. You know, this matter is really difficult to handle. After all, this is Shubai's family affair. Even if he was Shubai's teacher, he would not be able to intervene in this matter. Do you want the teacher to help you, or do you want me to give you some advice? Uchiha Oki also said slowly. I need the teacher to give me some advice. Shubai also said directly. After all, relying on external forces to solve problems is the fundamental thing that can never be solved. Only through one's own hands can it be done once and for all. Now, the problem you are facing is not at all that your sister wants to marry the 8th elder's family as a granddaughter-in-law. It is the livelihood of your family next year. If you have solved the livelihood problem of your family next year, your sister won't have to marry someone you don't like. Also, you have to make your home more substantial. In this case, your sister has the capital to choose the person you like, right? Uchiha Oki also said directly. After hearing Uchiha Oki's words, Shubai was also abruptly awakened. Yes, the problem I am facing now is not being poor. As long as you solve this fundamental problem yourself, the rest is not a problem, okay? Teacher, I know, thank you. Shubai also chose to leave directly after he finished speaking. After all, he still has a lot to do now. Tomorrow my sister will get married. If I can't bring enough things to deal with this matter, my sister will really marry that guy. After returning home, the two sisters and mother were waiting for their return. Xiaobai, sister knows that you are for my good. But this is my own choice, not forced by anyone. I don't want to have such a hard life anymore, and I don't want to continue living like this. It's up. Do you know, you didn't care about the things at home before. No matter how hard or tired the three of us are, you will have to eat and drink. Because you are the only man in our family. But after so many years, you haven't changed a bit. There is nothing to do except eating and waiting to die. Therefore, my sister wants to leave here, no matter what way she wants to leave. Uchiha Kuna also said directly. Originally, Shubai was going to tell them his opinion, but he was confused by the roar of his sister. Although he knew that what Uchiha Kuna said was true. But being dismissed by his sister to such an extent, Shubai still couldn't accept it in his heart. I see. After Shubai finished speaking, he slowly left home again. Watching Shubai leave, the three of them just stood there blankly, watching Shubai's back disappear into their sight. Mother, is it really okay for us to do this? My brother has changed. Are we? Don't talk about the second sister, I believe my mother must have her reason. Uchiha Kuna's face also showed an uncomfortable look. After Shubai left home, he walked to the river alone and sat there blankly. Chapter 11. Shubai, who had left home, came to the river and threw the stone in his hand into the water with his eyes helplessly. Boom. But at this moment, a stone splashed with water and pulled Shubai's mind back to reality. You, are you? Shubai raised his head, saw a young boy in front of him, and asked suspiciously for a year. I am Zhu Jian, but I can't tell you my last name. Zhu Jian also said directly. You know, during this period, the melee between the major families. Therefore, generally speaking with strangers, you will not reveal your surname. After all, no one can guarantee that the person in front of him is his opponent. Between the pillars, Shubai was also energetic after hearing the name of the incoming person. You know, if you heard it right, the person in front of you is the god Chinshozuma of the Thousand Hands clan. It's just that now, like Madara, he is not yet 12 years old. Although Zhu Jian had been on the battlefield at the age of 8, there were still not many people who knew Zhu Jian. Yeah, what's the matter, is my name strange? Said Zhu Jian, placing his hand behind his back and holding it on a kunai. Not surprising, my name is even stranger. My name is Shubai. Shubai also said his name. He is basically certain now that the person in front of him is Senjuzuma. Although I don't know why Senjuzuma appeared here now, what is certain is that the pillars in front of me should not have come for a sneak attack. After all, in Shubai's impression, this guy would not do these things. If what appears here now is in the door, Shubai might do it directly. Shubai, really, some strange name. But, you are not the one I am looking for. Zhu Jian said straightforwardly, and at the same time, the kuwu in his hand was also let go. After picking up a stone on the ground, he beautifully hit a boulder on the water. Is it so interesting? Shubai also picked up a stone and threw it out. Seeing the stones continue to fly up on the water, Shubai's heart was also attracted. The initially irritable heart also temporarily calmed down. Not bad, you played well too. Boom. At this moment, a person slowly appeared, and also lost a stone in the water. Bara, are you here? Seeing the visitor, the pillars also greeted directly. Well, here it is. What is this? Madara looked at Shubai beside him with a puzzled expression on his face. You know, Shubai is like a transparent person in the family, and Uchiha Madara, the eldest son of the group leader, has no contact with Shubai. So he didn't know Shubai at all. This person met here tonight, called Shubai. Zhu Jian also said directly. You know, Yi Madara's character, if there are strangers here, there will be grievances. After spending so many days together, Zhu Jian also understands the character of his friend. Shubai, humph, no matter who you are, but this is our territory, you, leave. Maiden still looks exactly the way he remembered, looking like Maiden Aoshin. After hearing Ma's words, Shubai, who had just calmed down, felt an atmosphere again in his heart. You know, he is now hated by his sister because of his own reasons. The most primitive reason is because of family background. Now, when Madara said such a thing in front of Shubai again, Shubai couldn't bear it anymore. Bara, I don't know, how strong are you now? Shubai also said directly. Are you going to do it with me? Try it, I also feel the fighting spirit on you. Shubai also said slowly. Okay, come on. Huo done. Wait, what do you two do? It is our fate to be able to meet here. Madara, don't you also hate war? Why do you have to use this method? At the time, the pillars also stood up and stopped between the two. Seeing the movement between the pillars, the two also put down their hands. After stopping, the two also stabilized their emotions. At this time, Shubai was also a little ashamed. As a traverser, how come your emotions fluctuate so easily? You know, these are his previous and favorite anime characters. Thinking of this, Shubai could only attribute this to the body after he had traveled. As a member of the Uchiha clan, his emotions are very easy to fluctuate. In Shubai's memory, the only calm person should be Itachi, right? The rest is basically burned at one point. Masha, Shima, actually, I know that neither of you like wars. But, the world now evolves in the flames of war. If you two want to stop wars in this world, there is only one thing to do. That is quickly improve your strength. When your strength is enough to change the world, you can end this battle. Now is your time, I won't bother. After Shubai finished speaking, he also chose to leave. After all, the two gods are here, and now it's time for the two to establish a friendship. Shubai still doesn't want to participate. After Shubai left, he didn't know where to go. When I think of going home, I will see my sister's tearful look. The most important thing is that just after he calmed down, he also understood why his sister said that. They are all worried that they are afraid that they will cause trouble because of her business. Therefore, when Shubai returned home, he would say that. And now Shubai is not the Shubai before. Just now, when Shubai met Senjujuma and Uchiha Madara, he actually picked up the primary Muden and primary Shalunian bloodlines. Because of these two pickups, Shubai was upgraded to level 2. It was this upgrade that made Shubai calm down instantly. Congratulations to the host, upgrade to level 2. The number of pickups per day +3, get the upgrade spree, and get 10,000 money. After hearing the system prompt, Shubai also calmed down. Now he has been promoted to level 2, whether it is an increase in the number of pickups or an increase in his own use rights. These all represent that they are becoming stronger. The most important thing is that the system actually has monetary rewards. You know, now Shubai is at a time when $1 is stumping the hero. The money is coming at the right time. Although there are only 10,000, in this period, $10,000 can already buy a lot of things. It cannot be said to guarantee their family's livelihood next year, but as long as it is maintained for a few months, it will be possible. After a few months, I will level up again, and I will definitely get more money when that happens. In this case, your sister doesn't have to marry that rascal. Thinking of this, Shubai rushed to the house directly. The grudge in my heart just now disappeared completely. After returning home, Shubai found that his home is now brightly lit. No, according to the situation in your own home, you shouldn't waste these things at this time. Suddenly, Shubai had a bad feeling in his heart. Boom. Shubai opened the door and entered the courtyard. In an instant, a woman in red appeared before Shubai's eyes. Sister, you, white, I'm going to marry. Uchiha Huna reluctantly put on a smile, and said softly. However, when this sentence was said, there was also a trace of crystal tears on Uchiha Kuna's face. No, elder sister, I don't want you to marry that beast. I have $10,000 here. We retired. Xiaobai is not the same Xiaobai as before. I am able to take care of our family. Mother, you can talk too. Mother, Xiaobai shouted hysterically. Xiaobai, $10,000, this is our family's expenses for a week. Don't get in the way here, if it's not because you are my brother-in-law, I will beat you to death. At this time, the arrogant voice came into Shubai's ears. And when Shubai raised his head, he also saw the familiar face. Uchiha Byakai, today, with me here, you can't take my sister away. Mother, if you have to force me, I can't help it. Lay done false light. After Shubai finished speaking, a powerful chakra appeared in Shubai's hands. The 4 elders are good at S-rank ninjutsu, pseudo-light. Everyone, step back. Shubai, are you planning to betray the clan? Uchiha Shiraiki's father, Uchiha Shiraiki also said loudly. You know, S-rank ninjutsu is not that simple to win. Therefore, he also chose to retreat temporarily. At this time, Uchiha Oki on one side also walked out slowly. White, can you already control S-rank ninjutsu? Uchiha Oki asked directly without taking care of Uchiha Shiraki. Teacher, why are you? Answer my question, can you already master S-rank ninjutsu? Uchiha Oki directly interrupted Shubai's words and asked again. Yes, teacher. Seeing Uchiha Oki a little eager, Shubai also said directly. Okay, now that you can master S-rank ninjutsu, I will announce one thing on behalf of the clan, that is, after the last meeting decided, since Uchiha can master S-rank ninjutsu, Uchi the special elder of the Bo clan is now. Although there is no real power, the identity and monthly salary are the same as the elder. Uchiha Oki also said directly. After hearing Uchiha Oki's words, everyone present was shocked. You know, there are many people in the Uchiha clan who can master S-rank ninjutsu. Why is this guy so special that he can become the elder of the family? You know, all who become elders have made great contributions to the family, and their strength has reached the quasi-patriarch level. In the later generations, it is the existence of quasi-shadow level. But now, such a little kid has actually become a special elder, which makes everyone present somewhat unacceptable. Uchiha Oki, do you know what responsibility you will bear if what you say here today is not true? Uchiha Shiraki also stood up and said slowly. Uchiha Shiraki, I think you know, I am a person who never lied about such a thing. And, I also promise you that I am responsible for what I say. Uchiha Oki also said slowly. On one side, Shubai also threw the false light in his hand to the sky. He originally thought that he would be going to be a betrayal today, but he didn't expect that it would turn out to be like this. You know, the salary of the family elders is 50,000 yuan a month. Now the most lacking thing in my family has been solved in this way. Teacher, what is going on? If this is the case, why didn't you tell me before? Shubai also walked to Uchiha Oki and asked slowly. Hey, isn't this afraid of your eagerness for quick success? Unexpectedly, you can master S-level ninjutsu in such a short time. However, these things are not your own strength, you must master this degree. Uchiha is Shubai's teacher, Damu has taken Shubai into consideration in all aspects. Thank you teacher, I know. Shubai also arched his hand at Uchiha Oki, and said sincerely. At this time, Uchiha Huna, who was standing on the side, rushed directly to Shubai's side and hugged Shubai. Thank you, Xiaobai. Thank you, thank you. At this time, Uchiha Kuna no longer suppressed his emotions, and started crying. My okay sister, I will guard this home from now on. Shubai also hugged his sister backhand. And Uchiha Zukin and his mother also walked to Shubai's side and looked at them with happily. Sure enough, with a man in the family, it became different. Nothingness, have you seen it, our child has grown up. Go back. At this time, Uchiha Shiraki also spoke directly, taking his family and preparing to leave. Father, but mine, I said, go back. Uchiha Shiraki turned around and instantly opened his own writing wheel, frowning. I see, father. Facing such a father, Uchiha Bai-Kai was also a little confused, lowered his head and followed back. But when he left, he turned and gave Shubai a vicious look. Seeing Shubai's family all smiles, Uchiha Oki also suppressed the sadness in his eyes and left directly. Because of the ups and downs that went through the whole night, everyone was very tired. And Shubai also just picked up the second writing wheel experience +3. Today's pickup mission is completed, and the increase in the number of times after reaching level 2 is estimated to change tomorrow. The family also fell asleep soundly in this calm night. The next day, Uchiha Tajima also sent someone to find Shubai and asked him to participate in this battle meeting. Although, originally this matter did not have Shubai's seat. But now that Shubai has just taken up the post of elder, it would be unreasonable if he would not be allowed to attend the meeting. Uchiha is white, this is your elder uniform. You must wear it when you participate in meetings or battles in the future. In this case, you have the right to give orders on the battlefield. The person here is the secret of the Uchiha clan. Wei, a bit like a member of Onbi after Konoha was founded. They are only responsible to the patriarch, and the people who become dark guards are at least the existence of elite Shangren. Got it. I'll go now, or... Now, come with me. After all, you haven't entered the meeting room before. If no one leads the way, you won't be able to enter. After the secret guard finished speaking, he also walked directly in front. Shu Bai put on his robe and followed the guard. After a while, they came to the conference room. After bringing Shu Bai over, the dark guard also disappeared directly. Uchiha is empty, there is your position. Uchiha Tajima also pointed to the last position and said to Shu Bai. Thank you, Patriarch. Shu Bai had no dissatisfaction and walked directly to his seat and sat down. You know, many people here are standing. Shu Bai has his own position and is already very satisfied. Okay, now everyone is here. Then let's start. As you all know, our vitality has weakened a lot in this battle with Thousand Hands. The most important thing is that because we are trading with the Wei clan, let they help drag the Hyuga clan and lost a mine. Now, our own resources are running out. And fighting will consume a lot of our resources. Therefore, this meeting is to discuss how to deal with it. The next battle, Uchiha Tajima also said directly. Patriarch, I think the reason why our Uchiha clan has always been called one of the strongest families is our strength. The resource, as long as we have the strength, we'll have it. Now, the few belonging to us, the worship of the small family can meet our daily needs. But if we want to be more powerful, I think we still need to fight. At this time, the second elder Uchiha Tianwu also started to fight and said directly. The second elder is right. Since we are now truce with the Chinsho clan, we have not truce with the other clan. Exclamation mark. There is no more material rich than the Kagaya clan, Hyuga clan, Maelstrom clan and those families in the south. As long as we destroy one of the families directly, the resources obtained can be used by us for a long time. Moreover, by the way, we can also expand our sphere of influence. As the fifth elder Uchiha of the main battle group, the fifth elder Uchiha also fought to support the second elder. Well, do I have a say in the patriarch? At this moment, Shu Bai also raised his hand. Yes, as long as they participate in the meeting, they have the right to speak. Uchiha Tajima frowned, but did not refute. In fact, I think we don't have to use force to solve some things. In other words, force can be changed in another way. Shu Bai also said slowly. Another way? What way? The second elder was a bit grudge about this trusted special elder. In fact, not only the second elders, but all the people sitting here have a little opinion about Shu Bai. Our strength is recognized by the whole world. But why do we take the initiative to send troops? This will not only waste our resources, but also waste time and energy. I think it is possible to arrange for several representatives of our clan to go persuade to surrender. When the time comes to show their strength, some families will bow to us. Of course, this point is only for those families that need to depend on. As for the big families, after we integrate these small families, we can do it well. Deal with them. Moreover, our speed must be fast. After being detected by Chinsho or other big families, we must speed up immediately to make our joint forces stronger. Shu Bai also expressed his own views. In the Warring States period, the joint aspect is the kingly way. After hearing Shu Bai's words, everyone fell silent. Uchiha Tajima also thought about what Shu Bai had said. Since he had always claimed to be the strongest before, he didn't think about the union at all. But the results of several battles with the Sensho clan told them that they were not the strongest. At least, there is still a Thousand Hands family that is equal to them. This proposal is good, but who will go? If you go to high-end combat power, being ambushed will have a great impact on the family. If it is an insignificant person who goes, there will be no weight at all. Uchiha Tajima will also the most critical thing in this proposal is said. People who go out to perform this task must first have a certain status, and second, they must have the strength to be able to pretend. I think I can go. Shu Bai pointed to himself and said slowly. After hearing what Shu Bai said, everyone was shocked. They thought that Shu Bai just wanted to find a sense of existence, but they didn't expect that Shu Bai was actually looking for death. Uchiha Zubai, do you know what you are talking about? If you are facing other families, they are likely to besiege you directly. Even because of your particularity, you are facing the patriarch or quasi-patriarch level master, you. The two armies will not be cut off before the battle, not to mention, I am going to bring them opportunities. Patriarch, you should be very clear that in the current world, basically several families disappear every year. Their weak strength is the biggest original sin. But we are willing to help them, as long as they pay a little price, they can get our asylum. Such a deal, as long as they are not stupid, they will definitely be willing. Shu Bai also said again. After hearing Shu Bai's words, all the elders were silent. Because this matter is different from any decision they made before. What they have always advocated as iron-blooded means to obtain what they need with absolute power. But now, such a situation has actually appeared. It was initiated by a newcomer. This made everyone's ideas more or less shocked. Well, I have decided on this matter, so I will let you do it. However, our preparations will continue. If there is bad news about you, we will immediately send troops. Uchiha Tajima also made it decided. After hearing what Uchiha Tajima said, Shubai also sat down. In fact, Shubai wanted to do this a long time ago. When you come to the world of Naruto, how can you not go and see it everywhere? You know, this world has many blood inheritance boundaries and all kinds of unique ninjutsu. He has been staying in the family, and it is not a problem. After all, his goal is not just to become an elder and let his family live happily. Moreover, he always feels that if he continues to stay in the clan now, something bad will happen. Therefore, today he made such a suggestion to let himself go out and temporarily avoid this unknown danger. After the meeting, Shubai stayed behind. Of course, this is not his own will, but Uchiha Tajima's request. Uchiha is white, I'm your father's generation, you can call me uncle. You can already master S-rank ninjutsu now, so when can you master SS-rank ninjutsu? Uchiha Tajima also asked directly. You know, Shubai can become the elder of the family because of this ability. So, now Uchiha Tajima wants to determine the true value of Shubai. I haven't seen SS level ninjutsu, so I don't know. Shubai also said directly. That's it, Huo-dun White Dragon. Uchiha Tajima also directly released an SS rank ninjutsu, White Dragon. The original red flame turned white in the hands of Uchiha Tajima, and a giant dragon flew out instantly, evaporating all the clouds in the sky. This was the first time Shubai saw such a powerful ninjutsu, and he was also surprised. Surprised to surprise, Shubai also picked up this ninjutsu calmly. But after seeing the panel, Shubai found that he still couldn't use it. The permission to use will not be activated until level 5. After seeing this restriction, Shubai is also not good at all. Originally thought that he could rely on the system to sling patriarch level characters, but now it seems that working hard to pick up items is the king. After all, one's own strength is all linked to this system. It is impossible to allow yourself to practice spiritual practice. After all, with his own talent, it is simply impossible to improve his strength in a short period of time. Otherwise, he wouldn't be 15 years old, and he wouldn't even have a staff. Recently, the speed of condensing chakra has improved a little, but it is because he has picked up some physique and blood. If it weren't for this, his physical value was still terribly low. Patriarch, this ninjutsu, I will probably wait a year before I can fully grasp it. Shubai also said directly after seeing the white dragon. 1 year, it's not too long. Well, when you can master SS level ninjutsu, it's time for us to show our fangs to the world. You go back and prepare first, don't worry about things in the clan, I have accepted your 2 sisters as goddaughters. You can rest assured about family affairs. I hope that when you come back, you can bring us good news. Uchiha Tajima also said slowly. Thank you, the patriarch, I'll leave first. After Shubai finished speaking, he also chose to leave directly. A senior bloodline is found, do you pick it up? Just when Shubai was about to leave, the system's mechanical prompt sounded. What high-level bloodline? Shubai looked dumbfounded, he didn't see anything at all. The system suddenly said to himself and found high-level bloodline. Intermediate yin attribute bloodline, after picking it up, it can strengthen the physique, increase the speed of condensing chakras, and you can learn to use the yin shield. The system still patiently explained. Where am I going, why can't I see it? Shubai looked dumbfounded. Although he knows the yin and yang escape technique, isn't this thing exclusive to the protagonist? Like now, Shubai, who has the yin attribute, only knows Uchiha Madara, and the yang attribute is only Senjuan. But now Madara isn't here either, he can't die anymore, he has also fallen out of the yin attribute bloodline. Underground. The system also said directly. Underground, don't tell me, if I want to pick it up, I have to dig the ground. Shubai said with a dazed expression. Yes it is. What Shubai was caught off guard was that the system gave him an affirmative answer. After hearing the system's answer, Lugia also remembered that he was Heiju. If there are people with yin attributes besides Uchiha Madara in this world, there is only Kurozutsu. But why, this guy will die here? Thinking of this, Shubai also subconsciously glanced in the direction of Uchiha Tajima. Could it be said that when Uchiha Tajima released the white dragon just now, he also released another ninjutsu to the ground? Why, do you still have things? Uchiha Tajima asked Shubai, not leaving, so he asked directly. Patriarch, I have something to ask you. Shubai also said slowly. What's up? Just now, when you released Huo Dun Bai Long, did you release other ninjutsu? Shubai also wanted to make sure that his guess was correct. After all, if it is true, there is more than one yin attribute bloodline below, and there is also an SS level or even SSS level ninjutsu. I released another ninjutsu, but why do you know this ninjutsu? Uchiha Tajima also asked with a look of suspicion. You know, his movements just now are very secretive, even the elites will not find it. But in front of him, Uchiha, who has no other strengths except for a special ability, could actually see through his attack. I can copy other people's ninjutsu and store it for my own use. Therefore, I can see the ninjutsu released by others. Therefore, I will ask if I see something below. After all, at this time, be careful. There is nothing wrong. Shubai also directly explained with his own ability. Well, what did you see? A dead guy, and this guy's reclusiveness is so strong that no one has noticed it when he arrives at our station. Shubai also said slowly. He didn't know this. If he didn't know that it might be Black Jew, he would never know this information. After hearing Shubai's explanation, Uchiha Tajima was also relieved. After all, there are too many strange attributes in this world, so he didn't care too much. Okay, what do you want to do next? Uchiha Tajima also asked directly. I want to dig this place to see what kind of guy it is that dare to come to my Uchiha clan to make trouble. Shubai also said boldly. Do you know what this place is? This is the conference hall in front of the Uchiha clan's ancestral hall. You are going to dig here. Uchiha Tajima looked at Shubai in disbelief and said slowly. But, this is indeed a big security hazard. If we don't even know our enemies, aren't we in a passive position? Although we are not afraid of this weird thing, we still need to know what this weird thing is. No, Shubai said again. You know, let him dig here without passing Uchiha Tajima, and he will probably be killed. That said, well, I will arrange. It's okay, no need to arrange. I'll be fine. Shubai didn't wait for Uchiha Tajima to finish, so he ran to get a shovel and started digging. 4 hours later, Shubai finally dug out Heiju. After seeing this strange-looking thing, Shubai was also sure this was Heiju. At the same time, Shubai also picked up two things. One is the yin attribute of hues, and the other is the ninjutsu fire escape and ground fire extinction that was just released by Uchiha Tajima. While obtaining a super bloodline, he also obtained another SS level ninjutsu, which made Shubai not too happy. Patriarch, this is the guy who is coming. Shubai also took Haizu's corpse and placed it in front of Uchiha Tajima. This person is so strange. If he is from a big family, what characteristics should be, but I have never seen this strange guy. When Uchiha Tajima saw Kurozu, it was also surprised. Such a strange guy, if there is a big family, he should know. Shubai almost laughed when he heard Uchiha Tajima's words. If you know this guy, there will be a ghost. Well, there is nothing for me for the time being, I will leave first. After Shubai finished speaking, he left directly, and Uchiha Tajima, still looking at Kurojutsu in a daze. Because he felt a strange energy in this guy. At this time, Shubai also returned home. Because I became a special elder, all kinds of people came to the house, and there were gifts all over the place in front of the door. Mother, I may be away for a while. During this time, you must take good care of yourself. If you have any trouble, go directly to Uncle Damu or the patriarch. Shubai also said slowly. Knowing Xiaobai, you must take good care of yourself when you go out this time. I don't ask you to be rich, I only ask you to live well. Shubai's mother also said slowly. Okay, Shubai didn't say much about it. He simply cleaned up and left directly. Because Shubai knew that if he bid farewell to his two sisters, he would definitely cry. This home here is now Shubai's only sole sustenance. After all, for him, having a home is the biggest luxury. After leaving here, Shubai discovered a super embarrassing thing: he didn't know the way. Where do I want to go? It's just headless flies all around. At that time, if he plunged into the base camp of the Thousand Hands clan one by one, maybe he would directly GG. After thinking of this, Shubai also returned to the Uchiha family again. After finding Uchiha Tajima, let Uchiha Luyan and Uchiha Natsumi go out with them. After all, these are the only two people he knows, and the only two people he can trust. 1 week after the three left the family together, they also went to the next family. This is a small family called Ozawa, and it is also an affiliated family of the Uchiha clan. Second brother, this is the Ozawa family, and their family is rich and beautiful women. However, because of this special period, this feature has nothing else but endless disasters. Therefore, they give us uchi every year. The Bo clan offered 10 beauties and 1,000 kilograms of iron ore. In this way, they attached themselves to our clan and survived to this day. Uchiha Natsumi also directly introduced Shubai. Ozawa, why is the name of this family a bit weird? Their patriarch is not called Maria, right? Shubai also suddenly thought of a star and asked suspiciously. Great second brother, I didn't expect that you don't even know this family, but you know what their patriarch is called. Uchiha Natsumi also sent a builing gaze. It's really Maria, it's really interesting. Okay, aren't we going to other families? Why come our affiliated families? Shubai said with a look of confusion. Ahem, here you and the Uchiha clan must come when we go on a mission. Shubai, don't tell me, you really don't know anything. At this time, Uchiha Luyan on one side also said slowly. Why do I want to know, and what do I want to know? Shubai was confused by Luyan's question. What is this all about? That's it, it's true, even Chubby knows that you guys were white before, right? Uchiha Luyan looked at Shubai with contempt. Just when Shubai was puzzled, a group of people came to Shubai's front. Congratulations to the elder of the Uchiha clan, please come inside. A woman with heavy makeup appeared at the forefront and said loudly. This, oh my, let's go in and talk to you again. Ah, okay. After Shubai finished speaking, he also picked up a charm value +2 on the ground. Although I don't know what's the use of this, it's something I don't have, so let's pick it up first. After entering this family, Shubai discovered that most of them were women. Men rarely see it, giving Shubai the illusion that she has come to the kingdom of her daughter. Soon, they entered a house that seemed to be luxurious. 3 adults, you have to rest for a while. I will make arrangements for someone who will serve you this time. After the headed woman finished speaking, she also left directly. At this time, Shubai also knew what was going on. It turns out that this is the role here. Seeing the busy women here, Shubai was also a little sad for them. They were supposed to be favored objects, but now in the Warring States period, they have fallen into such a field. However, this is still a little excited for Shubai, after all, he is still a little virgin so far. Soon, 3 women who seemed to be only 13 or 14 years old came in. 3 adults, these are the 3 women in our clan. They are still in perfect shape. If the 3 adults are satisfied by the time, they can take them home. After the woman with heavy makeup finished speaking, she also finished this. After speaking, he left directly. Xiaobai, you come first. Lu Yan also said jokingly. The 3 of them grew up together and knew that Xiaobai hadn't touched a woman yet. Therefore, it is also straightforward to say the same. Let me do it. What's your name for the one in the middle? Shubai swallowed a mouthful of water and said slowly. My name is Haruka Ozawa. The girl also said slowly. Chun Jazy. Good name, I'll choose you. Shubai also said directly. A 15-year-old boy is always a little nervous when encountering such things. But expectation trumps tension. Soon, the three of them took their own people into the room. No words for a night. The next day, Uchiha Natsumi and Uchiha Luyan both came to the main hall with refreshing faces. The things that had been accumulated for a long time were also completely released here. Both of them did not speak, and quietly ate the breakfast prepared by the Ozawa clan for them. After they finished their breakfast, Shubai also walked out slowly. Yes, my second brother, I just came out so late, isn't it the first time I can't bear it? Uchiha Luyan also asked ridiculously. That's right, second brother, he actually slept so late and only got up, is it worth the money for the spring night? Uchiha Natsumi also joked. Hey, it's hard to say in one word. Shubai looked disappointed. Seeing Shubai's appearance, the faces of the two sitting next to him also showed gossip. It seems that there is big news in this. Second brother, what do you mean? You mean, can't you? Uchiha Natsumi also squinted his small eyes. Why are you laughing? My business is a bit complicated. Okay, I'll eat first. Shubai also buried his head in the meal. This fact is too embarrassing. After all, I can't do it there, no matter it is because of that, I am a little embarrassed to speak. Last night, Shubai was full of blood and passion, and when he was about to go for a big job, he found that there was no reaction at all. After trying countless times, Shubai also gave up. The only reason I think of is because I was born again, so this body has been broken. Only temporarily because of his soul and system, he continued to live. After inquiring about the system, Shubai also determined this reason. It was because he was reincarnated, and he had to wait until his pickup level reached level 10 before he could fully activate all the functions of this body. So, now Shubai doesn't think about this at all. This made Shubai also a little disappointed, but it made Shubai also have some expectations. After all, there are changes after the system is upgraded, that is to say, there will be unexpected improvements every time you upgrade. After dinner, Shubai and the others are also going to leave. But when he left, Shubai found that Minako, who was following him last night, was being held in chains. Wait, what's going on? After Shubai saw it, he also came directly to Minako, asking with a look of confusion. My lord, I know that the maidservant didn't serve well last night and disappointed you, my lord. So, according to the rules of our clan, she will be sentenced to death. The woman with heavy makeup also said directly. A capital punishment. No, this is not to blame her, it is my problem. Then, yesterday you said that as long as we are willing, we can take her away. I now want to take her away. Shubai also said directly. After hearing Shubai's words, the originally weak woman also raised her head and looked at Shubai in disbelief. You know, this man didn't touch himself last night. Why, now he will stand up and speak for himself. And Luyan and Natsumi also looked at Shubai in surprise. When did this guy become such a virgin? Yes, but adults should know this rule, right? The woman with heavy makeup asked again. Rules. Fat, what are the rules? Shubai also turned his attention to Uchiha Natsumi. If you want to take away the women here, it is equivalent to marrying their daughters. At this time, you need to provide a dowry. In other words, you need money. Uchiha Natsumi also told Shubai bluntly. How much money do you need? Shubai also said slowly. It takes $50,000. Uchiha Natsumi raised his hand and compared a number. I see. After Shubai finished speaking, he also took out $50,000 from his arms. This was his first month's salary. Knowing that Shubai was going to perform the task, the family gave Shubai the salary in advance. His monthly salary is exactly 50,000 yuan. Shubai, think carefully. Uchiha Luyan also grabbed Shubai's hand and said solemnly. I know, but I don't want an innocent woman to die here because of my own problems. Shubai also said directly, pushing away Uchiha's hand and handing the money to the woman. The woman also handed out a key, and then gave Minako to Shubai. Shubai also directly unfastened Minako's handcuffs, and then left here with her. The group of 3 people became a group of 4 because of Minako's joining. From now on, Minako will be your sister-in-law. I can tell you not to bully her. And, hey, your kid is still pushing his nose and cheeks. I'm the eldest brother, this can only be my younger siblings, so Fat is called my sister-in-law. Uchiha Liu Yan also interrupted Shubai's words with a face. Said excitedly. 10 days passed under the constant bickering of the three. And a village also appeared in their sight. Fat, what is this place? Shubai asked as he ate the rice cooked by Minako. This is the residence of the Shangshiliu family. They are one of the families in the entire ninja world that are very powerful in manipulating insects. Apart from them, the rest is the Oil Girl clan. They are all masters of insect skills, but it is also because they are too dependent on insects. Therefore, their chakras and physical skills are very weak. These years, they also live here and do not care about the world. But every time there is a battle near their ethnic group at that time, they will also be involved. Therefore, they do not have any fixed location. After all, they do not have a strong alliance family like the Oil Girl family. Uchiha Natsumi also told Shubai all the information he knew. Shangshiliu family. This family is good and has certain strength. Okay, our first family, let's choose them. Shubai also said slowly. However, their family is a bit stubborn, and Senju and the others have done several jobs. However, they are all incompetent. Uchiha Natsumi also said with some worry. Don't be afraid, my favorite is such a stubborn family. Okay, let's not talk about other things for the time being, let's go first. Shubai also handed the bowl in his hand to Minako, then stood up and looked in front of him. Family. At this time, they didn't know that a small bug around them had exposed their whereabouts. Patriarch, now the Uchiha clan has appeared outside our door. What are we going to do? We must know that the Uchiha clan is different from the Senju clan. If we reject them, they might. Okay, my bugs have already told me. This time there are 3 Uchiha clan members and a woman from Ozawa clan. I also looked at their chakras, they are all very weak, yes. Even if they are here to negotiate with us, there will be no danger. Shang Shuilu Budweiser also said directly. But, don't say anything for now, let's take a look at their intentions, they have already reached the door. Shang Shuilu Budweiser also stood up directly and walked out. When they came to the door, they saw Shubai and the others standing there. I don't know that the distinguished guests from the Uchiha clan came to my Shang Shuilu's house. Any advice? Shang Shui Budweiser also said with a serious face. The patriarch of Shangshiliu, right. Hello, I am Uchiha Zubai, the elder of the Uchiha clan. This time we come here, just want to talk to you about cooperation. Shubai also said slowly. After hearing Shubai's words, a smile appeared on Shang Shuilu's face. This Uchiha clan is really arrogant, calling someone at random, just like persuading them to belong to the Uchiha clan. Isn't this too underestimating his family on the stream, right? I don't know your Uchiha clan, just send a few of you, you are qualified, Huo Dun Apocalypse. Shubai did not wait for Budweiser to finish, and directly raised his hand and directly released one of his remaining S-level ninjutsu. A flame giant instantly cut off his flame giant sword. They had never seen Shubai Jayan at all, but this powerful ninjutsu appeared in front of them. I think I am qualified to talk to you. Shubai also said with a smile. At the same time, the 4 ninjutsu were released instantly, including the extinguishment of fierce fire, the art of imposing fire. Although the level is not high, they are all shunfa. This ability was enough to shock Budweiser. After seeing Shubai's ability, Shang Shuilu Budweiser's face was not as contemptuous as before. You know, can those who can use ninjutsu be weak? Moreover, looking at him like this, it seems that after releasing these ninjutsu, there is no consumption at all. The elders of the Uchiha clan, how negligent, please forgive me. Please hear, please hear. Shang Shuilu Budweiser also changed his face instantly and said with a smile. Thank you. Shubai didn't decline either, and walked in directly. Soon, they came to the living room of the Shangshiliu clan. I don't know this time, you, by the way, I don't know how to call you yet. At this time, Shang Shuilu Budweiser remembered. He didn't know the name of the person in front of him, so he asked a little embarrassingly. My name is Uchiha Zubai. These are my 2 brothers and brothers. The latter is my fiancé. Shubai also gave a brief introduction. Elder Zubai, I don't know what you are coming here this time. Although Shang Shuilu Budweiser knew what they were coming from, he didn't say it, but asked slowly. Our intention, presumably Budweiser Patriarch, you already know. Our Uchiha clan, not to mention the most powerful clan in the entire world, but in this piece, it is still one of the best. Because of the long-term battle, we also understand. One reason, power is what determines everything in this world. Therefore, I came here to strengthen the power of my Uchiha clan. Are you willing to be our power? Shubai also said directly. After hearing such blunt threats from Shubai, some members of the tribe could no longer stand. You know, this is their resident, and now there are only 3 of them, and they are actually here to show off. Some bugs have crawled out. Shang Shui Lu Budweiser, I advise you to let your subordinates take back their little pets. I don't want to personally damage any strength of our Uchiha clan. Shubai also said again. You know, when the people of the Shuiliu clan just used insect spells, they also saw a lot of insect spells dropped. Moreover, in just an instant, there were more than a dozen insect spell drops. It seems that when they face themselves, they are really a little uncomfortable. These days, Shubai did not waste the chance of picking up on the road. As long as there is no good thing, let Fatty and Lu Yan release ninjutsu. Now, Shubai has a lot of ninjutsu reserves. If you want, you can unleash more than a dozen impatience fire techniques in an instant. Although the power is not strong, it is simply the best attack method to deal with these bugs. They have many bugs and their own ninjutsu. You know, after 11 days, Shubai has stored more than 40 ninjutsu. Coupled with his previous ninjutsu, now Shubai is not worried that his ninjutsu is not enough. As for the other times, chakra and body art were picked up. Second elder, you all go out first, I want to talk to this elder alone. Shang Shui Lu Budweiser also realized that these people wanted to do it. Originally he wanted to observe, but after being pierced by Shubai, it lost its meaning. Therefore, Shang Shui Lu Budweiser also directly said to the second elder next to him. But the patriarch, I obey. Shang Shui Lu Budweiser also raised his voice again and said slowly. I see, everyone, go out with me. After the second elder finished speaking, he also took all the people here and left. After all the people who saw them had gone out, Shubai also let Lu Dang and them go out. This is the most basic respect for the Shang Shui Lu family. After all, people have already proposed to let everyone in the clan go out. How could Shubai not be acquainted? Also, when Lu Yan and the others go out, they can also watch the situation outside by the way. As a result, Shubai and Shang Shui Lu Budweiser were left here. Elder Shubai, explain your intention this time. Shang Shui Lu Budweiser also spoke directly when seeing everyone gone out. My intention is to let you belong to our Uchiha clan. Shubai also stated his intention directly. Originally I wanted to see if I could say it in a more tactful manner, but now Shang Shui Lu Budweiser asked directly, and Shubai had only to say it bluntly. Subsidiary, in other words, you want our Shang Shui Lu family to become your vassal family, right? Shang Shui Lu Budweiser also frowned and said slowly. Subsidiary, needless to say, it is so ugly, we are a cooperative relationship. However, we are the master, and you are the second. Shubai also said directly. Speaking of it, I just want to subdue us. However, if you want us to become a vassal family, there is always some advantage, right? Otherwise, why do we want to become your vassal? Shang Shui Budweiser also talked about the problem. The core of it was placed directly on the table. To put it bluntly, you want us to submit. Okay, let's make your terms. Is that the conditions? But I like such a straightforward way of dialogue. We have only one condition. We guarantee that you will not be annihilated. This is our condition, Shubai said with a look of Shueishin. Sometimes, when negotiating terms with others, don't flinch. Only by taking out your aura can you have a good effect. Especially now, even more so when Shubai has no dry goods at all. After all, he came out to subdue these families, but Uchiha Tajima did not give him any promise. Everything must be done within the scope of one's control, otherwise, there will be no way to deal with each other after returning. Exterminate the clan, ha ha ha. I went to the Shuiliu clan, and I have never worried about being annihilated. After so many years of war, we are not the Shuiliu clan. Have you survived? Shubai interrupted Shang Shui Lu Budweiser and said directly. Okay, don't go in circles with me. In the current situation, everyone knows that the current situation will not end for a while. With your current strength, how long can you hold on? 5 years, 10 years? Let alone this. Even if you can make it through, how many people will be left at that time? Shu Bai said again. After hearing Shu Bai's words, Sheng Shuilu Budweiser sat down weakly. Indeed, what Shu Bai said makes sense. In the past, in order not to become a vassal of others, I have been transferring ethnic groups all the time, in order to stay away from the battlefield. But this is also the case, causing them to have no place for stable development at all. Over time, their clan power has also become weaker. Before the Thousand Hands came to negotiate terms, they had more than 1,000 people at that time. But after a year, they now have only 800 people left. In 1 year, 1/5 of the tribe was lost. For the Shangzhiliu tribe with a small population, this is simply a disaster. Okay, what I should say is done. You still need to decide what you want to do. I will not use force, but after I leave here, you will be recognized by the Uchiha clan as enemy. At that time, we won't be so easy to talk about. After giving a lollipop, Shu Bai also habitually gave a big stick, the combination of grace and prestige as the way to dominate. Can you let us discuss it, and I will give you the answer in an hour? Sheng Shuilu Budweiser said weakly. Yes, for an hour, I still have it. Shu Bai left after saying that. He knew that all the members of the Shangzhiliu clan outside knew about the things here. Because just now, he discovered many insect detection techniques. Of course, Shu Bai also picked up a few of such convenient ninjutsu. At the same time, when he left, he also released one here by the way. Knowing yourself and the enemy is the only way to survive 100 battles, isn't it? Seeing Shu Bai came out, Uchiha Luyan and Uchiha Natsumi also walked in front of Shu Bai. Well, there is nothing for us for the time being. We are now. Elder Zubai, please hear. The Patriarch has ordered, the distinguished guests are here, and you must not lose courtesy. At this moment, a member of the Shangzhiliu clan came to them and said slowly. Look, we have a place to go. Shu Bai also said with a smile. Soon, they were taken to a small pavilion. At the same time, someone offered tea. Several people rest here for a while. When there is news here, they will be notified as soon as possible. After this person from the Shangzhiliu clan said, he also put down a teapot and left. When he couldn't see the person's figure, Shu Bai also raised his hand to silence the sound. Huo Dun Little Fire Snake. Shu Bai also directly released a ninjutsu that he could release from the seal. This can be regarded as the ninjutsu developed by Shu Bai himself. This is a low-profile version of Huo Dun White Dragon. Although it is not as powerful as White Dragon, it is more convenient to control. I was thinking about developing it for fun, but I didn't expect it to be used today. The next moment, Little Fire Snake forced out all the bugs in several corners. Although it didn't cause any harm to them, it also allowed these little bugs to show up. I don't know who lost this thing. If I still find it, I won't be able to pick up money. Shu Bai also deliberately amplified his voice and said slowly. After hearing Shu Bai's words, all these bugs disappeared instantly. Fat, check, are there any bugs? Shu Bai also said slowly. No, all the bugs just left. Okay, brother, how do you know they will leave these bugs to watch us? Uchiha Natsumi looked at Shu Bai with admiration. This is actually nothing, you also know my abilities. So, as long as someone releases ninjutsu, I can discover it. After all, these bugs are also a kind of ninjutsu. Shu Bai also slapped haha. That's it, second brother, you are really good, hehe. Okay, stop talking, they started. Shu Bai made a silent motion again, as if looking at something. It started, what started? Uchiha Luyan also said with a dazed expression. I just copied an insect technique they used to monitor and eavesdrop on the enemy, and then released it. I can hear what they are saying now. After hearing Shu Bai's answer, the three of them did not speak, for fear of disturbing Shu Bai. And here is the Shangzhiliu family conference hall. Their intention is very clear, I want to know, do you have any opinions? Shangzhiliu Budweiser also said directly. He is the patriarch, and he knows how many eavesdropping bugs have just been released here. Therefore, he also knows that these people already know what happened just now. Patriarch, I don't think we can just compromise like this. If we compromised, didn't everything we did before was in vain? You know, we did this in the first place to ensure the purity of our ethnic group. At that time, the second elder, Shang Shui Lu Baidu's younger brother, said directly. Yes, if we, soon, most of the elders who spoke basically supported the remarks of the second elders. But, how long can we last? Have you considered this? If there is a long and large-scale battle like the last time, can we survive? Or, how many people can we survive? Shang Shui Lu Budweiser asked again. These words were originally used by Shu Bai to persuade him before, but Shang Shui Lu Budweiser did not expect that it had only been a while, and he would actually say such words. This, although not certain, we can guarantee the purity of our family. Shang Shui Lu Baidu also said again. Pureness requires existence to be righteous. If we are all gone, what are you talking about pureness? Shang Shui Lu Budweiser said, while at the same time he found that in his heart, he was actually inclined to what Shu Bai said. It's just that now he himself doesn't want to admit it. At this time, Shu Bai almost didn't laugh when he saw the situation here. This guy is so talented, he has become his own lobbyist perfectly. Originally, Shu Bai needed to do all these tasks, but now it's alright, the guy in Shangshiliu Budweiser did it all for himself. Second brother, you can share with us what you see. Seeing Shu Bai himself smiling there, Uchiha Natsumi couldn't help but ask directly. There now, Shu Bai also said what he had seen. After hearing Shu Bai's words, the faces of several people also showed smiles. After all, judging from the current situation, it should be true. Master, your tea is cold, shall I change a cup for you? At this time, Ozawa Minako also spoke. Minako, I've said it several times, just call me Shu Bai. If you think you have to add the honorific title, just call me Patriarch Shu Bai. Shu Bai also corrected again. But, I haven't married you yet, so now I'm just the owner of your belongings, and I can't call you that way. Ozawa Minako also insisted. Seeing the little girl so stubborn, Shu Bai didn't insist. After I return to the clan, I can directly marry her to solve this problem. An hour passed quickly, and Shang Shui Lu Budweiser also came to Shu Bai himself. Elder Zubai, we have discussed that we can become your affiliated family. But we have two conditions, that is, if there is a war, we can be dispatched, but we must leave us with vitality to ensure that we do not annihilate the clan. Secondly, we need a place with a better environment as our family residence. Shangshiliu Budweiser also directly stated his request. The first request, I can directly promise you. The second request, I need to give feedback from the family, and then give you the answer. Shu Bai also said slowly. Yes, then a few wronged, stay with us first. Shangshiliu Budweiser also said sincerely. You know, what Shu Bai said before has already touched Budweiser. After all, the biggest threat they face right now is to be annihilated or not survived. And now the Uchiha clan is willing to shelter them, it couldn't be better. Then trouble Budweiser Patriarch. Shu Bai also stood up and said with his hands folded. After arriving at the yard arranged by Budweiser in Shangshiliu, Shu Bai also started writing letters directly. Fat, you're the fastest, this is up to you. After Shu Bai wrote the letter, he also passed it directly to Uchiha Natsumi. Second brother, don't bring this. Don't you think that this thing would be faster if the bugs of the Shang Shui Lu clan do it? They have bugs that specialize in sending messages, and now they have decided to become our affiliated family. They can do these things. Uchiha Natsumi also said directly. You know, running errands is the hardest thing to do. It takes time and effort to speak, but the one that is the least thankful exists. Therefore, Fatty directly pushed the pot onto the Shang Shui Liu clan. That's right, after all, I don't have anything shameful in it. After Shu Bai thought about this, he also got up and went to find Shui Lu Budweiser. After telling Shang Shui Lu Budweiser about the letter, Shu Bai also went back to his house to rest. He has used up all the times he picked up today, and he picked up a few insect skills, and he still felt good after using it. The most important thing is that he uses this insect technique instead of raising insects himself. System, open the upgrade package. Shu Bai had been busy before and had no time. Now that I'm free, I finally remembered my gift package. Congratulations to the host, Congratulations to the host, get the permanent promotion of Chakra Props 1, and obtain the permanent promotion of Physique Value Props 1. The voice of the system's mechanization also sounded in Shubai's ears. That's right, these things are what I need most now, Shubai said Shin after hearing the system prompt. You know, these upgrade items may not be as rare as Excalibur Village Zhenglai. However, Shubai is lacking these now. The bonus of these things to Shubai now exceeds that of Kiramasa. The system uses 2 props. Congratulations to the host, successful use. Chakra will permanently increase by 300 points, and the physique value will permanently increase by 300 points. After hearing the prompt of successful use, Shubai couldn't wait to open his panel. Host, Shubai Uchiha Shubai. Age, 15. Pickup level 2. The number of pickups per day 6. Pickup experience, 66 300ths. Chakra, 600 600ths, in the evaluation of strength. Physical skills, 620 620ths, ninja in the evaluation of strength. Master ninjutsu, instantaneous, primary use of shuriken, weak chicken level shadow clone, fire escape little fire snake. Blood succession boundary. Right round eyes, open the progress 1/10. Pick up attribute today, 0/6. Warehouse. Huo Dun holding fire extinguish *16, fire eating super phoenix fire technique 12, fire dying true fire extinguishing 2, thunder white smoke, primary yin bloodline, primary wood dying bloodline, insect skill eavesdropping bug 1, insect technique parasite 2, insect technique explosive bug 2. After looking at his panel, Shubai was also a little happy. His current strength, after all, has reached the level of Zongnan. You know, I was 15 years old before, and I was still a little transparent who couldn't even hold back. Now, in just over a month, he has gone from being a weak chicken to being a forebearer. Although it is still a cannon fodder in the Warring States period, you can always cheer yourself up, isn't it? System, except for picking things up, I can't learn these picking ninjutsu. Shubai also asked directly after reading his panel. You can choose to learn. Now the host level is 2, and you can learn to pick up ninjutsu below the B level. At the same time, if the host has no corresponding attributes, you can also get it after picking up. The system also directly replied. So, I know. Use the yin attribute primary bloodline, and use the primary mudden bloodline. Shubai thought for a while, let's use it first. This thing is something that can improve one's blood. Now Shubai, no matter how pure and impure blood is set, what he needs is countless blood, so that he can learn all the ninjutsu. Including the development of blood succession boundaries in the future, the elimination of blood stains, etc., can be used. You know, the old man toying like the technique of stripping the original realm very much. This thing, even Madara doesn't want to touch the super ninjutsu. Successful use. Congratulations to the host, he has a bloodline of yin attribute and bloodline of yang attribute. Because the host's strength is too low, the 2 bloodline abilities are temporarily sealed. After the 5th level, turn it on. Shubai was also taken aback when he heard the system prompt. I actually got the bloodline of the yin and yang attributes for some reason. It turned out that the wooden shield of the guy between the pillars actually came from here. I looked at my panel and found that there was no change. I thought that this was caused by the seal, and after I reached level 5, I would definitely be able to change something. After these things last night, Shubai was also tired. After all, this period of time, he has been running around. Master, come on. Shubai also opened the quilt, letting Ozawa Minako enter his bed. Although Shubai can't do anything yet, Shubai still can't do anything to let that Minako sleep alone. After all, it's better to have a beauty in your arms than to have a quilt. The efficiency of the Shangshilyu clan is still very fast. 5 days later, a familiar person appeared here. Teacher, why are you here? Seeing Uchiha Oki who appeared in the Shangshilyu clan, Shubai asked in confusion. The patriarch said, let me be responsible for the arrangements here. Also, here is $100,000, as your reward this time. Uchiha Oki also said directly. The teacher knows that my need for money is not great. Leave me 10,000 and give the rest to my mother. Help me take care of them so that they can live a better life. Shubai also took out 10,000. Money, said slowly. Okay, I see. Let me leave the matter here. By the way, it's been more than half a month since I left the Uchiha clan. Has my practice fallen? Uchiha Oki, as Shubai's teacher, directly asked about his cultivation. Let's live up to the teacher's high expectations. Now my strength has improved a step. Without using my abilities, I already have the level of Zhang Ren. Shubai also said it directly without concealing it. After hearing what Shubai said, Uchiha Oki was also surprised. This kid wasn't even a shinobi a month ago. In just 1 month, he became Zhang Ren. If you give him time to grow, he will surely surpass himself soon. Then, that matter, no, I still can't tell him. Okay, don't forget to exercise. As a teacher, there is no gift to give you. Here are 5 A-level ninjutsu, just as a teacher apprenticeship for the teacher. Uchiha Oki also took out 5 scrolls, handed it to Shubai. Thank you, teacher. Lu Jia reached out and took the ninjutsu scroll. You know, in the Warring States period, ninjutsu scrolls were very rare. Moreover, this is the A-level ninjutsu scroll. Presumably, even a teacher, it would be painful to take out these. This made Shubai's heart warm. In this world, I finally have my own friends, family and teachers. These things made Shubai very happy. This unprecedented emotion has subtly changed Shubai's character. Okay, you are ready to prepare and continue to set off. The patriarch agreed to the request of the Shang Shui Lu family. And we also chose a place for them. I am here to arrange this. Although I don't like to be a runner, but I hope I can hear the good news from you home again. Uchiha Oki said slowly. By the way, teacher, this is Ozawa Minako, my fiancé. It is not convenient for us to go out to take her. Can we trouble the teacher and bring it back to the clan for me? Shubai remembered this time and asked Minako to go back with herself first. Your mother will not be embarrassed in the future if they touch it. The most important thing is that this time Uchiha Oki is here, and Shubai is more relieved. Yes. Then we set off. After getting Uchiha Oki's affirmative answer, Shubai was also ready to set off. After all, they did such a thing in secret. If these things were known to the Sensho clan, then it would not have been so smooth. With the character of a thousand-handed Buddha, what he doesn't get will be destroyed. I really don't know, when will this old immortal die? When Senjujuma takes power, the situation in the Warring States period will be much better. Second brother, where are we going next? Uchiha Natsumi asked blankly. Boom. Uchiha Natsumi's words distracted Shubai and bumped into the tree. Fat, no, you. Didn't we say that? Come out and lead the way. Now you ask me where I am going, how do I know this? Shubai looked at Fatty in disbelief. This guy is not kidding himself, but it's not funny at all. Well, where we are now, we still have 5 days to go to the next family. However, this family is a bit difficult to deal with. Uchiha Natsumi also said with a worried expression. Difficult? What family does that make you worry about this? Shubai also stopped and asked directly. The Libras. The Libras. Hearing this name, Shubai couldn't remember for a moment where there was this family. The Oyeki he is familiar with seems to belong to the 2 Libra clan. Where did this Libra clan come out? Well, that's them. This race has terrifying ability to transform. Before transforming, their strength is not very high. But after transforming, they are all upper-level existences. Moreover, one person can resist the same. Several in the realm. Uchiha Natsumi also continued to introduce. After hearing Uchiha Natsumi's words, Shubai also remembered which family this was. The guy named Shigogo who followed Uchiha Sasuke before seemed to belong to the Libra clan. After the change, it is almost madness. With the increase in strength, you will lose your mind and only know how to fight. Indeed, as Fatty said, this family is a bit difficult. They are not like the Shangshilyu clan, facing the crisis of extermination. Even if the Uchiha and Senju clan met them, they would not provoke them. Because this is a bunch of lunatics. Try it first. If things can't be done, we will leave. By the way, here are the 5 A-level ninjutsu given to me by the teacher. You can also take a look. After the practice is successful, you can also release a new ninjutsu for me. Duplicated, Shubai said, and also took out the scroll. To face such a powerful ethnic group this time, Shubai felt that he had better prepare before going. Even if the talk collapses at that time, you still have the money to deal with it, don't you? And if he can't beat it, he can also use the unlimited release of ninjutsu to give them time to leave. So the three stopped and began to practice ninjutsu on the scroll. These 5 ninjutsu are Fire Done Flame of Annihilation, Fire Done Blast Bird, Water Done Thousand Rain Needle, Water Done Big Water Bomb and a Thunder Done Thunder. These ninjutsu, some things are Uchiha Oki's own ninjutsu. Like Lei Dun, it should be a gift from the family or obtained on the battlefield. After all, Uchiha Oki has only fire and water attributes, so he can't escape from thunder. Well, I only have fire attributes, so I will practice the Fire of Annihilation and the Blasting Bird. Uchiha Liu Yan also said directly. I belong to the Fire Soil attribute, so I can only practice those two. By the way, second brother, what attribute do you have? At this time, Uchiha Natsumi also asked directly. You know, the three of them have been together for so long and still don't know the attributes of Shubai. After all, the previous Shubai's strength was too weak, and there was no chance to shoot at all. At the same time, he did not know how to ninjutsu at that time. I have the 3 attributes of fire, thunder and water, and I can practice all here. Shubai also said directly. In fact, Shubai didn't know what attributes he was, because he was only exposed to these ninjutsu now. Therefore, it is also straightforward to say the same. 3 attributes. Brother, if you become an elite ninjutsu, you can try to develop your own special ninjutsu. With more than 3 attributes, maybe you can add a blood succession boundary to the clan. Uchi Boxiamu also said directly. Shubai was also a little moved when he heard Chubby's words. But when I think of my talent, forget it. If the blood continues to the limit, it is better to pick it up. After the 3 chatted a few words, they began to practice. 5 days later. Second brother, I can release these 2 ninjutsu now. Fire Escape Blasting Bird, Uchiha said, and his eyes directly released a blasting bird. Second brother, I can barely master it. Although the speed is not fat enough, it can be released. Ugly Noon, Fire Dune the Flame of Annihilation. Uchiha Liu Yan also released the Flame of Annihilation after the seal. Seeing that both of them were able to release the ninjutsu learning, Shubai was also moved, how wasteful his talent is. When learning ninjutsu, Shubai's panel also appeared a new change. Host, Shubai Uchiha Shubai. Age, 15. Pickup level 2. The number of pickups per day 6. Pickup experience, 126 300ths. Chakra, 687 hundredths. Forbearance in the evaluation of strength. Physical skills, 687 150ths. Ninja in the evaluation of strength. Master ninjutsu. Instantaneous, primary use of shuriken, weak chicken level shadow clone, fire escape little fire snake. Ninjutsu to be mastered. Fire Done Flame of Annihilation progress 2100ths, Fire Done Blasting Bird progress 2100ths, Water Done Thousand Rain Needle progress 2100ths, Thunder Done Zungli progress 2100ths. Blood Succession Boundary. Right round eyes, open the progress 1/10. Pick up attribute today, 0/6. Warehouse. Fire Escape Fire Dragon Swallowing, Water Escape Incomparable Shore, Water Escape Rain Attack. Fire Escape Fire Extinguish 16, Fire Escape Super Immortal Fire Art 1/5, Fire Escape True Fire Extinction 2, Insect Art Eavesdropping Bug 1, Insect Art Parasite 2, Insect Art Explosion Worm 2. After seeing this newly added attribute column, Shubai was also puzzled. You can't use this ninjutsu until you have practiced to 100, right? This speed is too slow, right? Okay, let's go now. Although I haven't mastered it yet, isn't this something you can release? Shubai said, and also close the scroll. They are going to the Libra clan next, after all, they can't wait too long. What they are doing is invisible. If the timeline is too long, it will definitely attract the attention of others. By the way, wait a minute, I'll copy the ninjutsu you just released. Shubai said, also walking to the side of the 2 ninjutsu, and picked it up. At this moment, a strange change occurred. These 2 ninjutsu did not appear in his warehouse, but his own ninjutsu progress increased by 10 points. After seeing this effect, Shubai's face also showed a smile. This pickup system is really interesting. If you don't have the skills you have yet, you can directly increase your progress if you pick it up. So, if I now learn the art of extinguishing fierce fire and phoenix fire, is it? Thinking of this, Shubai also turned and looked at Lu Yan and Natsumi. Second brother, don't look at us like this, you feel a little hairy in your heart. Uchiha Natsumi also said directly to Shubai's gaze. This guy looked at himself with green eyes in his eyes, which was terrible. I suddenly had an idea. Now, the two of you teach me the art of phoenix fire and extinguishing fierce fire, okay? Shubai also said directly. Now he has the most reserves of these two ninjutsu, so if he can have a progress bar, he might directly pile up to 100. At that time, it can be used directly. I thought it was something. I will do the phoenix fire art. Fire escape the phoenix fire art. Uchiha Lu Yan also directly released a phoenix fire. And because of the need to teach Shubai, his speed of not printing is also very slow. Remember the order of Jayin? Lu Yan asked directly after he was released. Remember, the flow and changes of chakra are based on Jayin, right? Shubai also said slowly. Well, this specific change requires you to master it. After all, everyone's physique is different, and the ninjutsu released will also be different. Lu Yan continued. After hearing what Lu Yan said, Shubai also began to practice. After the 30th time, Shubai used his chakra to release the technique of impatience fire for the first time. However, this power was a little moving, and even the tree in front of him was wiped out without being ignited. However, this is not important to Shubai. Because now on his panel, the progress of the immortal fire art has appeared. Although only 10 points of progress, but for Shubai, this is enough. System, can I directly add the ninjutsu I picked up to the ninjutsu I know? Shubai also asked the question he cared most. Can. How do you do it? Just choose to add more. The system also said directly. After hearing the introduction of the system, Shubai somewhat understood. It's like a game, it's really humane, explain it to yourself with what you know best. Choose 9 phoenix fire techniques, add them to mastering ninjutsu. Shubai also started to add some directly. Soon, Shubai saw that the progress of his phoenix fire technique had become 100/100ths. Fire escape, phoenix immortal fire art. Shubai also released this ninjutsu again. In an instant, countless fireballs shot out quickly. The forest in front of him was also directly lit. Soil escape, flow soil break. Uchiha Natsumi also directly used his soil escape to put out the flames. After all, only 3 of them are outside now, so it's better not to reveal their position. At this time, Uchiha Natsumi and Uchiha Lu Yan both grew their mouths. When did this guy's talent become so terrifying? After learning 5 days before, he didn't master an A-level ninjutsu. Now in just a few minutes, he has mastered a B-level ninjutsu. Although it is not equal, the gap is too big, right? Second brother, honestly, do you have any secrets that you haven't told us? Uchiha Natsumi also asked directly. Hey, this is not a secret. I really want to learn the ninjutsu I have released quickly. Shubai also scratched his head and said indifferently. I'm going, I don't want to talk to you, you are too shocking. Uchiha Lu Yan hid aside to draw a circle. You know, it took him 10 days to master the technique of phoenix fire. Now, it only took Shubai a few minutes, so the blow shouldn't be too great. Okay, let's release the demolition bird and annihilation flame that you just learned. I think, if I copy them all, I should be able to learn them soon. Shubai also said again. Hearing Shubai's words, the two even had the urge to beat him. This guy is simply constantly stimulating the nerves of 2 people. But despite thinking this way, the 2 were released twice after reading. At this time, Shubai's progress had reached 50. In 2 days, you can learn these 2 ninjutsu. So after sorting it out, the 3 set out again. 5 days later, the 3 also arrived at the residence of the Libra clan. Although not big, you can feel the power here. Moreover, Shubai also felt an unusually powerful breath. This breath should be the cause of the changes in the Libra clan. Well, don't pretend to be forced. In fact, Shubai didn't feel it. Only after arriving here, Shanshu chakra can be seen everywhere. These can be picked up, so Shubai can also see it. It's just that these are all elementary celestial chakras, so Shubai didn't do anything for the time being. Patriarch, 3 people claiming to be the Uchiha clan came to visit, should we meet? At this time, the Libra clan came to Libra Liwei and said directly. The Uchiha clan. What did they come to my Libra clan for? There is no conflict and cooperation between us. Libra Liyue also looked confused. Let's go out and meet. At any rate, they are also known as the two strongest families. One of the Uchiha clan. Soon, they came to the station. Your Excellency is the elder of the Uchiha clan. After seeing Shubai, Libra Liyue's face also showed a puzzled look. This guy also looks like a teenager. How could he be the elder of the Uchiha clan? What? I am Uchiha Zubai, this is my elder's uniform. After Shubai finished speaking, he also put on his own elder's uniform. You know, elder clothes are the representative items of each family. No matter whether it is within the clan or outside the clan, there will be no fraud. Because once discovered, it is an infinite pursuit. Especially the Uchiha clan, no one would dare to fake their clan's elder clothes. Elder Zubai, I don't know, what can you do when you come to my Libra clan? Libra Liyue also asked directly. We are here to help you. Shubai also said slowly. Help us, ha 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 ha, what do we need Uchiha's help? Although our strength is not as good as yours, it is very simple to survive in this chaotic period of the Warring States period. Libra Liyue also has a face. Said disdainfully. They all say that Uchiha's clan is arrogant, but I didn't expect it to be mad today. Therefore, Libra Liyue also smiled without restraint. I can save your lives, I think the patriarch should know what I'm talking about. Shubai still said indifferently. Before that, Shubai was still a little worried that these guys would be difficult to deal with. But now, Shubai has a lot of confidence that he can regain the family. After hearing Shubai's words, Libra Liyue also frowned. If he didn't guess wrong, Shubai in front of him should know the secrets of their family. However, apart from him and the Great Elder, no one knew about this at all. How did the guy in front of me know? Nonsense, save our lives. Are you talking about how to save our lives? Libra Liyue is not the kind of person who will be fooled, and directly asked the question he wanted to be sure. Do you really want me to talk about this matter here? Shubai also raised his arms and asked jokingly. Hearing Shubai's words, Libra Liyue was even more sure what this guy knew. Go to the meeting room. After Libra Liyue finished speaking, he also made a gesture of invitation. After all, they are also distinguished guests. Even if cooperation was not reached in the end, the Libra clan did not want to become enemies with Uchiha clan. Soon, they came to the meeting room. Okay, can you say it now? Libra Liyue also asked directly. Seeing Libra Liyue's eager look, Shubai knew that his guess was not wrong. Libra Liyue should now cultivate to the level of elite forbearance, and should know the harm of that thing. Moreover, this guy has nothing to do. Patriarch Libra, I think your current body has been unable to support your transformation more than 3 times, right? Shubai did not answer, but raised a question. Even if you can only transform once, it will be enough to keep you. Hearing Shubai's words, Libra Liyue's emotions became a little agitated, and he almost ran away. Knowing their bloodline has a great influence on their emotions. And, I didn't come to fight with you. I said, I can save your lives. Although my strength is low now, you can beat me to death with one punch. But no one knows how to treat your disease. Now, Shubai said calmly. I'm sorry Elder Shubai, I can't control my emotions a bit. Libra Liyue also adjusted his emotions and apologized. Although your ability to transform has given you great strength, it has also left you with terrifying diseases. Your body simply cannot withstand such a powerful force. Therefore, your average life expectancy should be less than 30 years old. Even if you don't use this energy, you will be eroded by this power. Right, Chief Libra, Shubai said slowly. After answering Shubai's words, Libra Liyue also confirmed that Shubai really knew about it. So, what can you help us? Libra Liyue asked again. This is something later. Since I dare to say that, there must be my way. Now, should we talk about it in exchange for saving you? Shubai showed a confident smile on his face. Conditions. Let's talk about it. Libra Liyue also said slowly. I want your Libra clan to become a subsidiary family of my Uchiha clan. Lu Jia also directly stated his request. This is impossible. My Libra clan will never become an affiliated family of any family. Even your Uchiha clan will not let me succumb. Libra Liyue directly refused. Well, it's fine if we haven't been here. After Shu Bai finished speaking, he also turned around and left. Seeing Shu Bai leaving, Natsumi and Lu Yan also followed out of the house. Do you think that my Libra clan came as I wanted, and left if I wanted to leave? If we leave a way to relieve our disease, we won't take action against you. At this time, a group of Libra clan stopped after leaving Shu Bai and the others, he said slowly. And Shu Bai's face was still so calm and breezy. I hope everyone will support it and subscribe more.